Hey Will, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Yeah, we had a lovely Christmas, mate. We had our Christmas day today, funnily enough. Didn't have it yesterday. We had it today. Hi Jace, how are you? Hi Jack. Yeah, had a lovely Christmas. Thank you, Jack. Thanks for asking. We're just all on chill out now. Riley boy's in bed. Two of the older boys are going out, and Brandon boy, he's sat over there. He's all chilled out. Mrs. P's in bed. She's got a headache. I think Nana's passed out in the room, and the in-laws have all gone. So it's either Wurzel Gummidge, which isn't the old Wurzel Gummidge, it's a new one, or it's a live stream. And I picked live stream. I'm pretty sure the Wurzel Gummidge that's on is not the old one that I used to grow up with. Stefan, how you doing? Nice to see you. Happy Boxing Day to you too. It's going well, thank you, Edward. Yeah, going very well indeed. Exactly that. Yeah, grab a bear or a beer. I'm assuming you mean a beer. I've been on a run most of the day actually. Ethan, my oldest, he's back from university, and he bought a nice big bottle of rum with him. Needless to say, it's no longer a big bottle. So I've had my dinner. I've chilled out. I've had my snacks and what have you. Just all chilled out. A beer, yeah, because I'm not grabbing a bear. And I'm a big old fella, but I don't think I could tackle a bear. Hi, Colin. How are you doing? Hi, Andy. Hey, Mo. How are you? Jason. All good, Mick. It sounds like you had uh, a full day. Yeah, Riley Boy has been, as you can imagine, Riley Boy has been flat out. He's struggled. He has struggled throughout the day, but he did cope rather well. He just assumes that every single present under the tree is his, so we have to pace the day out quite well. If we don't pace it, then we will suffer. Bring that camera down a smidge if I can. I'll bring the laptop down. Click. That's better. So yeah, he struggled, but he's happy. He got absolute sport rotten, as you can imagine. But at 4:30, he was tired. He normally goes to bed at 6. He went to bed at 4:30. He was done in. All good, Mick. So, yeah. Yes, a beer. Laugh out loud. I hate to spell check on the phone. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're saying. Don't forget to get the thumbs up on the way in or out, people. That would be fantastic. No doubt. I won't be long before I get my generic thumbs down from the person that don't like me. But that's cool. It's not here yet, but it won't take long. Craig Durbin, not going to stay long. Busy, but everyone, please smash a thumbs up for our brother Mick and Riley. Thank you, Craig. Much appreciated, buddy. Hope you had a fantastic day. Hi, Tim. How are you? It's no parcel, Tim. That didn't turn up. Although, Sam, I did have a bit of a strange message from Amazon today. Amazon said they're going to deliver a parcel tomorrow. I haven't ordered anything, so I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe I've been hacked again. I don't know. Father versus son, one on one. I'm new here, but watching the ads right now. Yeah, okay, no worries. Thank you very much. I'll check your channel out in a tick. Thank you for popping in. This is not normally where I do my live streams. I normally do my live streams in my workshop, but I ain't going down there right now. Dirt Rider Mike, how are you doing, buddy boy? Hope you had a fantastic Christmas, mate. What was on your Xmas plate this year? What, dinner-wise? Oh, you can imagine. We had the full works. Standard typical Christmas dinner consists of turkey. We have a big turkey wrapped in bacon with all the trimmings, all the veg, about 4 or 5 different types of veg, followed by a nice dessert. I had profiteroles with fresh cream. That was very nice, quite enjoyable. And then that was at lunchtime. It's now 6 o'clock here, and I've just had some, the type of thing, little snacky bits, and a nice big bag of pistachio peanuts, which is quite nice. I'm a bit partial to them, but that's just absorbing the rum that I've been drinking. I used to drink rum a long time ago, but haven't drunk rum for a few years. And they bought this. Ethan bought this. It was a spiced rum with vanilla, which is not normally my cup of tea. But I've done about half a bottle, and it wasn't even my bottle. So pleased to meet you, father and son. Nice to meet you. Love the sweater. Not seen you in that. Now, this is one that was given to me from my friends over in Ireland. They posted it over in a parcel. So I've got a reindeer one. It's got a red nose on it. And I think it's got a bauble over here somewhere on a hat. Yeah. So yeah, it is Christmas. You should wear Christmas jumpers at Christmas. Hiya, Nick. How are you doing, mate? Nice to see you. God bless and keep you safe and well. Thank you, Craig, and that goes for you too. I gave Mrs. P her soap from Kathy. Did I see Kathy in here? I'm sure I did see Kathy's name jump up. Let me have a quick little look. I'm sure I saw Kathy. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Hi, everyone. Oh my God, Mick. I want the sweatshirt. It might be about 15 sizes too big for you, Kathy. But I gave Sue her soap, Kathy, and she loved it. She's got a headache at the moment, so she's gone back to bed. That's cool. If you would like to see more Mullet Mick, please leave a comment in one of his videos. Yeah, definitely. Mullet Mick can come out, not a problem. Love a sweater. Not seen you in that before. Is that new yet? Yes, from Ireland. Few scam emails going around from Amazon, Mick. Had a few myself. Yeah, I did. It said the parcel was being delivered, and all I'd done was I just literally emailed change of address just in case it was coming to me. It looked authentic because it come through the same messages that I normally get through Amazon on the same number. So I've had messages before with my two-step verification, so it came into that box. So I'm guessing it's real. If it come into a new box, I'd have been a bit suspicious, but we'll see. I've got a two-step verification, so if anyone tries to get into my account, I get a message anyway. Okay, I need to finish painting my other nails. Do you need your nails done, Mick? I know the answer to that. Yeah, I'll have them done. Yeah, come over, pop them over. Come on. Hi, David Young. How are you doing? Merry Christmas, Mick, from Jeffrey. Can I ask a quick question as long as it's polite? Of course you can, my friend. Ask any questions you like. Good, glad she did, Mick. Yeah, she loved it. Yeah. Was it strawberries and cream? I think I can't remember, but yeah, she was sniffing it. Hi, Donald. How are you doing? Lawnmower Man and Company. All that jump. Hello, Mick. How was your Christmas? Hope it was well. It was good. Yeah, really good. It was chilled out Christmas Day, as you know. We did a live stream, but today, Boxing Day, was hectic. House was full. We had push bikes in here, and we had scooters going up and down the hallway, and yeah, it's good. Everyone get what we want for Christmas. I haven't yet. We're waiting for mine because we've got quite a big family with kids. What me and Mrs. P do is we get all the kids their stuff, um, and then me and Mrs. P will treat ourselves afterwards. It just saves the money. I mean, I did get some bits. You know, I got your usual stuff. But me and Mrs. P, we treat ourselves after Christmas generally. So no. Oh, there goes my little Josh. Who's that? There goes my little Josh. He's going out bowling. Say hi, Josh. Hello. There's my little Josh. He's going out bowling. What time are you back, buddy? I don't mind. Like 10:30. 10:30. That's cool. Give us a text any later, mate. Yeah. Okay. Stay safe. So yeah, me and Mrs. P, we tend to do our own thing after Christmas. So I'll be getting her perfumes and what have you, that sort of good stuff a bit later on. I don't mind about the prices. It's as I say, you know, for me and Mrs. B to spend £300 or £400 on each other on the run up to Christmas, it's just an expense we can't really afford. So we do it afterwards, and that way we go shopping for each other, and we know what we want. Then see. JCT, how are you doing? Good evenings, Jason Hughes, and everybody else. Evening, everyone. How we doing from J&J? Jason, how you doing, buddy? Not bad. Did that question come? Did someone ask me a question? Who's it going to ask me a question? Jeffrey, happy Christmas, Mick. Can I ask a quick question? Yes, Jeffrey, you can. Certainly can. Ask away. I think we're catching up now. Bowling fun, JCT. It's just finished. The Suffolk Colt just gone for the first start. Petrol poured out of the little hole in the carburettor over my new paint, and it has crinkled up. Would that be the overflow from a little hole? So is that little hole out the throat of the carburettor? When I say the throat, I mean the front. As it come out of there, from a little poured out a little hole in the carburettor, so it could be one of the jets. That's telling me if you're getting fuel coming from the tank down the pipe to the carburettor then fills up with fuel. It pushes the float up, which then stops any more fuel coming because it pushes the needle down. If you're getting carburetor coming out of a carburettor and it's not stopping, I suggest you have a problem with either one, with either main jet within it, or two. I've got something in my eye. Or two, it might have a problem with the float. Has it got a cork? Has that got a cork jet on it on the bottom of those Colts? It is at the top of the bowl. Yeah, it sounds like you have a jet issue or a float issue. So carburetor back off, mate, and give it another good clean. Don't forget, if carburetor is clean, it may be there may be some congealment around the main jet holes. Just get a very, very small round file like we use for propane gas cylinders, and just rim that file out, rim those holes out ever so gently. Just take a foul off, just to make it a bit bigger, and that should solve the problem. But it does sound like you have a float issue. I wouldn't say it's back pressure coming out of the throat of a carburetor, because it's not a prime. Is it a flooded carburetor, not a prime? Yeah, where you have to push the hole at the bottom and it pours fuel out the bottom, or purging carburetor as we call it. It sounds like you have a float issue or main jet issue, I would say, on the top of my head. Difficult to tell because they do swap the carburetors over on those. Jim Landscape, how you doing? I made it to 605. Need more loyal friends. Well, Jim, they come. They just come. Just put the content out, and one or two a week, one or two a month, they come. That's exactly what I did. It'll come. I did see you reach a six. I've seen the announcement. I haven't yet seen the video. Still waiting for Roy DVD Mick how to fix a lawnmower. You're a wicked person. I texted Roy earlier on today. He was having quite a day with his wife, so he may pop up a bit later on. Yeah, they come, Jim. Just don't sweat about your numbers, is my advice. Don't worry about your number of how many you've got. Worry about your watch time. That's the one you want to worry about. And the only way to do that is to punch out your content. Yeah. Sounds like the float has stuck or not sealing. It could be that. Has it got a metal float inside it, like the Tecumseh style floats, or is it a cork, or is it plastic? If it's metal, it could have a hole in it, and the float is actually sinking. Could be that, because some of them Suffolk, some in Colts do have a metal float, a bit like the Tecumseh floats. Is that the top of the bowl? Yeah, it's on that one. JJ, mother-in-law gone, but I'm still here, lucky yet. Light a match, that will clean it. Yeah, don't know about. Thanks, Mick. I'll get it go tomorrow. It could be the float overflowing. Yeah, best thing to do is when you take the carburetor off, detach it from the engine, and then take the bowl off, tip it upside down, and then blow through it with the float down. If you get no air going through when it's sealed, push it up in the air, hold it, and blow through it. If you hear the air going through, then the float is working properly. So it may be a question that the float is actually sinking. Yes, it's metal. Yeah, definitely could be the issue. So get the float and submerge it into water and pin it down and leave it in there for about 5 minutes. And then when you take it out, dry it off really quickly and then give it a shake and see if you've got any fluid inside it. They're soldered because they're hollow. They're soldered all the way around. It could be that part of the soldering has broken on it and it's cracked a little tiny leak. And it fills up with petrol and then sinks. So, because obviously it'd be heavier, there's no air trapped in it. So, it could be a float system. I don't want to light any matches in the shed. Yeah, definitely. It sounds they're very common when they dry out and get very brittle. They tend to do that, but do a couple of checks on it, mate. I'm sure you'll overcome it. Common sense. Never seen a metal float. Yes, David. In the early days, and even to this day, Tecumseh still release metal floats, but the Suffolk Punches, Colts, and even some of the early Tecumsehs, even some of the Briggses had them, and they tend to corrode. As they're just soldered. Well, it's not even solder; it's something else, but it's like solder. Hiya, Snobby. How you doing? Riley got his card. Thank you very much for that. With his pocket money in it, he got £5 off his Snobby and 2 stickers, one from you, one from Dusty. He was over the moon with it. So we'll be popping down to somewhere tomorrow and picking up a couple of Kinder eggs for him. And I'll do another little video shout out for you, Snob, when I get back in the old shed. Let me put the link out in case anyone can come up. And you're welcome, as long as you comment in the chat first. You have some subscribers. Your camera is on and your microphone on. Just want to turn on my settings for guests, so you have to authenticate that's already turned on. Authenticate your account. Let's just check the mod situation. Plenty of mods in there. That's lovely. Hi, Whirly. How you doing? Whirly, can you message me on Instagram, please, mate? I have a question for you. Oh, there is a. Whirly, can you message me? Hiya, mate.
Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, I'll send you a message on Instagram, Steve. It's nothing vitally important. Just something I want to check with you. I'll do it later on.
All right, go ahead and send it, Mick. I'll check right now.
Yeah, it's not like I haven't sent it yet. It's not life or death. It can wait. Let me just refresh this. That's fact. 14 on a thumbs up, and we've got 32 people watching. Can we have a few more thumbs up if possible? That'd be good. I'll send you a message in a sec, Steve.
All right.
As I say, it's not life or death. What happened there? Oh, he's gone. Tech chilling. There he is. How you doing, Techie? Happy Christmas, mate.
Happy Christmas.
Swimming trunks. What's that about, Snob? Swimming trunks. Everyone in chat, hi Snobby. Never seen a metal float. I'm going back now yet. Jason Hughes, hi Steve. William Stephen, hi Well. I don't know where Steve went. I think he's darted off again.
Hello,
So
everyone.
yeah, have you had a good Christmas then, Teggy?
Well, if I be honest with you, yesterday was good, but today was just gone peak-tongued.
It tends to happen over Christmas, doesn't it?
So they want me to leave my Amazon account open so they can literally use my Amazon Prime, and I said no to the family.
Say again.
Well, they want me to use my Amazon Prime for the football tonight, and I said no, I'm not leaving it on the TV for them because when I leave the building, my Amazon Prime account goes with me.
Yeah.
And they didn't like it. They didn't like it at all.
And they were all drunk anyway.
What's that? Kicked you out, and is that?
No, they're getting a bit mouthy. They're saying that you can leave it on. We'll be fine with it. But I just don't. I like to leave my stuff on. You see, I'm a bit
if they want the football, get Prime themselves. Sorted, isn't it?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
So.
And my family were all drunk anyway.
We're all plastered anyway. They'll be plastered even more.
They're full asleep. Don't worry about it. There he is.
Okay. Anyway, how was yours?
Sorry,
yeah, quiet. Also, without going into any detail, could I ask what department in the railways you work? Unfortunately, I work for South West Rail. I work for Network Rail, so I'm maintenance. I'm not ops, and I work on the South East route. I'm a track quality supervisor on the Tampers and Stoneblowers. Saying that, did I see Daily Walker come on here a minute ago? Hello, yeah. I had a couple of. I had
Hello, in the background.
Of festive fun, mate. Good lad, Dale. Pleased to hear it, buddy. Happy Christmas, buddy boy, Dale. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Yeah, that's why I got the headphones on, because she's dealing with stuff over there.
Yeah, that's cool. No worries. Just followed you on Instagram, Mick. Boom, boom. I don't do a great deal on Instagram. I should do more. I always tend to forget. I always tend to forget to post stuff on it. Oh my lord! See, this is what happens when you leave the back door open. This is what happens. Oh, that's a nice camera.
You leave that back door open, you get burglars up your back end.
How you doing, Dad?
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. Forthcoming.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm here. I'm having a bit of a tidy up. Sparky. Not set fire to the place yet.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I will make you laugh at one thing. I was at a house today, and put it this way, the house nearly went boom because of an LCD.
Barely even on.
It does that. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You're supposed to have accidents at Christmas. That's what Christmas is all about.
Oh,
I was just up there like, what the hell?
We've got Tanya, Jason, Snobby. Hello, Snobby.
There's a few in here.
Well, it's you, isn't it? You've got a magnetic personality. You just
I wasn't even going to go live. I wasn't even going to go live, but it was the retake of Wurzel Gummidge or live stream. And I don't mind watching the original, but I'm not watching a retake.
Yeah. There's
Hi,
carry on.
Tim, how you doing? Hey?
There's carry on films and all sorts on, but I've got it switched off.
I'm done with carry on films. They're all right if you're in the mood, but it's Christmas. Just put something on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to make some space in here. I've just burned all the Christmas paper, and then
that's my job tomorrow.
Oh, apparently you can't put it in the recycle bin, apparently, because it's got foil on it.
Some you can, some you can't. We don't tend to buy the foil stuff. In fact, we only had about 3 presents that had the foil stuff on it. We would just buy the cheap stuff, so you can recycle it. But I just put mine in a burning barrel, put a splash of a cup of petrol in it, and just set fire to it. It's done. I've got about 15 bags to get rid of. UK Dizzy videos is high tech.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've just done all that to Micks Mowers. Then my daughter's brought all that in and said, "Hey, I've just sorted all my presents out." I said, "I've just burned everything and tidied everything up."
Yeah, they do that, mate. That's what kids do. What animals need oiling? What are you on about?
Squeaky mice.
Well, I got one of my favourite things this year, my induction hob. Somebody bought me.
Oh, what?
Have you got the pan to go with it?
Oh, Snobby, stay off the beer.
Put some my way too.
It's nice because they squeak. Oh dear, the cracker jokes do come in handy.
Lordy and Matthews from Snobby.
Was it a squeaky mouse, by the way?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, mice says squeak.
Yeah, because I had that in a cracker as well.
Yeah, I can't remember what mine was. Mine was no, I can't remember. Something to do with Baby Shark. Who delivers presents to baby sharks? Santa Jaws.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Really bad.
At that point, I just poured another rum.
Oh, I've knocked 2 bottles of rum back today.
Have you? Yeah, I've done half a bottle.
They were only little bottles, admittedly.
Oh no! I had his much bigger relative.
That was Kraken, which was all right, and that was Captain Morgan.
Yeah, I've been on the lamb spice rum today, which is it might not be your cup of tea, but it is spiced with vanilla. So it's a vanilla rum. It's actually
not into that spice rum, to be honest.
Yeah, neither am I. But the eldest son come home with it, and I thought, well, it looked very lonely on the sideboard there, so I thought it needed a cuddle. So that's what I did. I got to go back to work. Yeah, take it easy, Dave. No worries, mate. Nice to see you, buddy boy.
Well, I was taken to watch the final episode of Star Wars this morning by my daughter for the pictures.
Okay.
I enjoyed that. Can't believe it's been 43 years since the first one. Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't Ian. I wasn't born then.
Oh, sorry. Well, just to let you know, if you ever do see the first, the Star Wars films, when it comes on at the beginning and the writing goes up the screen, you sat in the cinema and you went, wow, because that was futuristic then.
Yeah.
It was like, wow. It just blew your mind. It was,
Was it good?
Yes.
You enjoyed it? Did you have pick and mix?
I took my own pick and mix, to be honest.
I'm the same. I go to Tesco's and get a small one for about £3 or something and put it in the old pocket and walk in with it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
If I could show you I've got a little bit of a selection here. Hang on. We've got a bit of a tuck shop going on here in the.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. Can we have a competition then? Shall we have a competition, me and Ian?
Who's got the stinkiest, bluest cheese?
No, I don't have cheese in the house.
Oh, you can keep the cheese. Phil's lawn care. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you.
Here goes nothing, shall we?
Go on, I'm watching.
This is my cupboard with all the grub in it. This is the one. This is the sweet cupboard. This is just a sweet and treat cupboard.
Oh, I dropped it.
This is the overrun from what's in the house. This is what's in the shed.
Sweets, crisp chocolate biscuits. This is only 3 weeks ago when I bought this lot. Cakes, biscuits.
Only 2 days.
Yeah, so 3 weeks ago, and I've not used any of it. Hardly at all.
I'm reading chat. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through it as well because people take the time out to come on in. So.
You have turkey. Yes.
What do all the female reindeer do when Santa takes the males out to guide his sleigh? We all go to town and blow more than a few bucks, my lord.
That is shocking.
There's a reason for that, Mute. I can assure you of that. That's too many sprouts.
Yeah, sprouts, parsnips, roast potatoes, turkey, cranberry sauce, stuffing.
Yeah.
York. No, we didn't have any Yorkshire pudding. No Yorkshire puddings.
Hiya, Drew. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. I'm extremely full, but I've got the obligatory
socks.
Yeah, I've got the socks yet, and the obligatory pants go with that.
I actually got a useful present this time.
So did I. For the first time in my life, I got links.
Yeah, no, look at that.
Oh, what you got there?
A talk set and a.
Oh, they're nice. Yeah, they're very nice. Well done.
Finally got something that's useful, you know.
Nice screwdriver set there.
You know, and they'll fall off and then they'll all get mixed up.
Yeah, I've got some new trainers as well. I've got a pair of jogging pants, and because I do a lot of jogging, I've got a new pair of Nike Air trainers as well. They were from the mother-in-law.
Oh,
So actually, yeah, I did all right. I did all right. Oh my lord!
Tanya's asking for a close-up. So
I've got quite a few coming today. Look, here we go. We got Scottish Projects has come on in. How you doing?
Projects.
We got Brandon from BSS Small Engines. We got Mr. Bruce Pinder over in Canada. How you doing, Brucey boy? Nice to see you. Polar Bear Reds has stumbled in, and we've also got Stefan coming on round as well. That's good. 41 in the house. Thumbs up, Pit would be lovely. What do priests and Christmas trees have in common? Their balls are just ornamental. Yeah, hilarious. How are we doing today, Bruce? Good. I'll put a link out in case anyone else wants it, and then we can chop and change if we get a stack of people coming in, which is good.
yeah, we did get just kick me out because you know I've actually come here to do a job. What happens? Stick YouTube on, stick some music on. I'll see
before long, you've passed out and it's midnight.
Come on here.
Yeah, I know. So what camera was that? What camera was that then? You got Steve? What was that? Was that the new GoPro? Is that what one is it?
GoPro 8.
Live streaming.
Let's have a look, then, buddy.
It's a live streaming version. Fantastic, yeah.
Oh, that's cool, mate.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's good.
The tree's nice, by the way.
His tree looks very nice, doesn't it? Yeah, his tree looks nice. Yeah, that's good, mate. Yeah, well done. Was that a Christmas present, was it?
Yeah.
Cool. Were you pleased with it?
Oh yeah. I haven't used it yet. I also got a backup camera / review mirror dash cam and
2 seconds. My rider boys awake. Keep yourselves amused.
Okay. Well, how has your day been then, Steve? How is everything going with your end?
that's going on. It's going okay, I guess.
Okay, that's a sound promising.
My back's driving me nuts today.
Right. I've got a headache at 2 a.m. this morning, and I can't get shifted.
But other than that, it's going pretty good.
How has your day been, Ian? Besides burning wood and burning materials.
Oh.
Aye. Well, I've come in here actually to make space because I'm actually going to have to put some sort of heating in here, wood burner, wood fire, rocket stove, rocket heater, something.
Yeah.
Rider. Yes, man.
Are you going straight through the ceiling then? I'm going to put the flue out the side.
Flue on the side?
I know. Are you going to be putting a log burner in?
Yes.
Are you going to put the flue through the roof?
No, it's not. It's going through the side. I'm not messing with the roof. I've enough of a leak as it is.
Well, you're not from Wales, are you?
No. Got Dirt Rider saying, yeah, I do scrub up well, and yes, my missus is very nice. I let lucky with that with her. Really good of me weight.
Camera on, Nick.
Grandad's workshop's in the house. Hello, Grandad.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, okay, Nick.
I need to have a beer. No, a short.
Good afternoon, Nick. Or good evening, whatever it is.
Good evening.
Oh. Hello, Nick.
Evening.
What's up, Nick?
Well, it's good. Getting towards the end of Boxing Day here, isn't it? So, I'm going to have a ginger beer. Oh, you can't see I'm all misted up, aren't I?
Dirt
You're
Rider
hoping to
says.
get some ginger ale, Ian.
Ginger, yes.
Dirt Rider says, Ian Matthews, my wife said you are a handsome man with your wife. That was when you was all dolled up about 20 years ago, wasn't it?
Well, it was about 2 years ago. I will admit.
Yeah, not too bad when we get the all off you.
Yeah. I scrub up well, she says. She says I scrub up well.
Camera is on. All right, Bruce. Looks like Mike will be trying to get Bruce Pinder up, which would be good. He's over in Canada. There's the link there, Bruce. Tap the link, follow the instructions, and see how you get on.
BSM Small Nations, Gary Butler. Aye.
Donald's in the house, which is cool. I'm shooting a new video today, cleaning my shop. It was a mess. Well, you've got to clean your shop, you know that.
Yeah, you do. Gross. We're into gross tonight.
Right. Oh, there's Bruce. Yeah, I can see you, Bruce. Sit tight there, buddy. You're coming up. There he is. The man himself.
First time, guys. First time.
First time, Brucey boy. How you doing?
Hello, Bruce.
Are you doing well, Bruce?
How's everybody?
Everyone's like, have you got a delay, Bruce, or have you got an echo? Can you hear an echo at all?
Yeah, a little tiny bit.
Right. If you go to your YouTube tab and shut your YouTube off and just use a StreamYard, then that will disappear.
Right.
I have had an echo.
Are you on a PC? Are you on a PC? Are you on a desktop? Are you?
Yeah, laptop.
Okay, so yeah, up the top you've got two tabs. One to say YouTube and one to say StreamYard. If you click the little tiny cross next to the YouTube one, the YouTube will disappear, and you'll just be running. You'll just be running the StreamYard lab only, and then it should disappear. Or just pause the YouTube. That works as well. Let me know when you've done that, buddy. And then the echo should disappear.
Oh.
Yeah.
It could also be his room that he's in. Also, coming from inside
I'm
the room.
I'm not getting no echo coming back. Anyone else got an echo?
No.
You got an echo, Bruce? Or are you okay?
No.
Oh!
Yeah, that's it. You're still there, Bruce. Don't worry, we haven't lost you.
Right. Listen, gents, I've got
Sorry,
things
buddies.
to do. You've got I'm all fuzzy, so I'll drop out and listen.
All right, Ian. No
All right,
worries, buddy. I'll catch you later.
Guys, I'll be listening.
Yeah, sorry.
Won't be up on here.
Are you all right, Bruce? Are you having problems? Don't worry about the echo. It's fine. Turn your mute back off. You muted yourself. No, he's gone. I'll drop it back in for you, Bruce. Try again.
So how was your Christmas, Mick?
Christmas Day was quiet. Very quiet.
Oh, mine wasn't.
Only because I had no kids here, and Mrs. P was working in the hospital, so she wasn't here. But today was manic, very manic.
No, we got new neighbours where I live, and they just put loud music on all day.
Well, that's not good, is it, mate?
It wasn't good what I'd done to them, though.
Here he comes. All right, Bruce, how are you getting on this time?
I'm using StreamYard. I think, should I switch to YouTube?
No. Just get rid of your YouTube. If you've got two tabs up the top. On my laptop, I've got two tabs. One says StreamYard at the top, right at the very top. One says StreamYard, and one says live chat.
I just turned off live chat.
That's it. So now, perfect. No echo, no feedback, no nothing.
I'm smarter than I look.
Sometimes it's easier than putting a carburetor in a bacon trail, kiddie.
He's got your sarcasm, you know that, mate. The same sarcasm as you.
This is a brand new laptop with an HD camera, and we're still going through the growing pains. It's only been about a week.
It could have been worse. You could have said a year.
Yeah. Well, I was an old telephone man, remember?
Well,
should I use my headset? Would that help a little bit?
You can try it if you want to try it, mate. If it makes you feel any better, yeah, try that. It might do it better for you. Hiya, Pete. How you doing, mate?
Does that even help more?
It might do. It might help you. I don't know. Try
Yeah.
and give it a go.
Well, I can't hear anything in the background.
You'll probably plug it in and you'll disappear. Go on, try it. You'll
It's
try
done.
it.
It's done.
Where's Brandon? Where are you, Brandon? Let me see you, buddy. Yeah, I can see you. So we've got Brandon from Texas. He's coming in too. How you doing, Brandon? Are you there, Brandon? Brandon? I can't hear you, buddy.
No mic, Brandon.
Yeah, got to sort your mic out. No
I think
mic,
his
Brandon.
microphone's
Can't hear you, mate.
muted or something.
Unless
That's
you're
why I
mucking
used
with
the headset.
I really can't hear, Brandon. Seriously,
I
can't
think
hear.
he might
Not
be on a
mucking
cell
with you
phone.
here. I can't hear you, buddy. Yeah, that's muted. That's unmuted. Try that. Are you mucking with me, Brandon? Because I know about you mucking with the microphones. I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. Drop down and come out and come back in again, Brandon. Honestly, it's not working. So,
There.
so
Verner's
Bruce.
at the bottom, then I thought you were going to say Verner's at the bottom.
No. His mic's not working. So I am truly honoured. I've got my best buddy in Canada come up to see me.
Yeah, nice to see all you guys.
Happy Christmas to you, Bruce, and to your family. I hope you had
Thank
a
you.
fantastic Christmas, buddy.
Well, we had a different Christmas this year. We brought in a bunch of people that needed Christmas dinner. It was real nice.
Oh, that's good.
It is. It was wonderful.
So
Well,
how
can
was
y'all
your
hear me
Christmas,
now?
Vic?
Yep.
All right.
You're in.
This is what we're going to sort out my Riley boy. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Talk
You bet.
about yourself.
Hello, Bruce. Yeah, I've watched all your videos. They're brilliant, they are.
Well, I don't know. There's 535 of them.
Well, I've been following long enough, but on another channel, I've got like 2 or 3 channels. But yeah, I did learn a little bit, but I'm an engineer myself. I'm an electrical engineer.
Right. So you know Ohm's law.
Don't go there, please.
Oh,
I've got a splitting headache as it is. I've had a headache since 2 a.m. this morning. I've got an axe stuck in my head.
Alan 4391. And in order to come up on the stream, you got to go up and click the link. You got to have a
It's
webcam
noon
and
here,
a mic, and that's working. And then Mick will let you up.
What's that?
Alan asked, "How do you do webcam chat?"
Webcam chat. I just plug it all in and it all just lights up, and that's about as much as I know.
I just saw Riley before.
Yeah, he come here, Riley boy. He's not sleeping very well because Christmas. Say hi to Bruce.
Right.
As Bruce said, say hi, Bruce.
Hi, Riley boy, right here.
What's up, Riley?
He's just woken up after about 3 hours sleep. So.
Hi, Riley.
Hi, Gackle.
So, remembered your name, Brandon.
Yeah.
Good boy.
So what time is it there? It's noon here.
It's 7:15 at night.
Right.
So it's perfect. And I think Zippo is going to be absolutely annoyed that he's not on here because you've come up. I think that's going to be brilliant.
Tech looks stone. Thank you very much. I feel like it with a headache.
He's a riot, eh?
Yeah, Zippo's cool, and I've really grown to like the man a lot. So what is it you got? What is it you got for Christmas, Brandon? I'm going to put you on mute, buddy, just so you finish mucking about, mate. You stay as well. I'll mute you just until you finish mucking about with that noise, buddy, in the background.
Okay.
So what is it you got for Christmas, Bruce? Some kind of attachment for your metal detecting or something?
Yes, it's well, there's my metal detector behind me. It looks like a cane.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
And then when you dig something up and you don't know if it's out of the hole or not, it's a pinpointer. And you can see if the pile of dirt is out of the hole or if the special thing, the beer cap is in the hole or out of the hole. It's just you put it in your back pocket and you find yours. But I have not used any of it yet. I'm going to wait.
How's it going, guys?
Good. Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. Cool. Have you got one of them cups with the hole in it as well? But it's like a sieve.
Not yet. But I will.
It's an ongoing hobby, eh?
Yes, it's all at the start. I have not used. I went into the backyard and I found a nail in the grass about every 12 inches.
Yeah, can't get up. Okay.
If you need to drop me. I don't mind. Okay.
Yeah, I've got something going on here. I've got Steve,
Yeah,
I've
I'm,
got two.
I'm gonna have to cancel out and come right back. All right.
Yeah, I've got two of you.
Check.
Yeah,
Sound check.
yeah. I've
There it
So,
is.
how was all your food there, Paul? That you made?
Am I
I've
still
got
in there? Two
two
times?
whirlies going
Yeah.
on.
Okay, I'm back.
Right, okay. I don't have there.
Somehow I got into StreamYard twice.
Yeah, I know. I saw two of you. I thought I've not had that much rum, surely. So that's good. Yeah, I had a fantastic Christmas.
Me too.
You too? You as well?
Yeah.
Good.
So
Christmas Day was really quiet over here
Hey,
because
Stephen.
it was only me and Riley boy here.
Daddy,
But today
Daddy.
it was full. The house was full. Kids screaming everywhere. Christmas tree falling over. It was like a proper National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation video. I'm telling you.
We watched that yesterday.
Let's see that one piece.
I don't think
Yeah, that
it was
piece
actually
there for a
on
bit.
over here. It normally is every year. I didn't see it televised yet.
I had a big tiger.
A big tiger?
No.
A big cracker?
Yeah.
You did have a big cracker, mate.
Yes,
Yeah. It's probably in the bin.
Listen.
You right? Don't go outside. So yeah, we had all the trimmings today and lots of presents, and the kids have all gone bonkers. And just thankful for having a nice family day with no one falling out of each other. And because my brother-in-law, he had a heart attack 4 days ago, as you know.
Oh lordy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Oh, he's back, and he was here today. Fortunately, yes, buddy.
I hear TV.
You hear TV?
Yeah.
Well, it's Nana's, I expect. Go and see. Yeah. So I got called out to him. I think it was Thursday. Pains in the arm and chest pain. So I shot over. He only lives around the other side of town. I shot over there, and he was fine. I checked his pulse, his breathing, and all that sort of stuff, and he was good. But after 3 ECGs, when the ambulance crew turned up, he was sent blues and twos to this specialist hospital that's got a cardiac ward, and he's had a stent put in. So he's had 3 days rest in hospital, and fortunately, he came home yesterday, day before yesterday, Christmas Eve. So he was able to come here and have Christmas dinner with us today. So yeah, we're very fortunate he was here today. So
How old is he, Mick?
46, Bruce.
Oh lordy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, isn't that not funny? He's not a heavy smoker, but he is a stress head. He stresses and worries about if there's not enough oil in the engine, if there's not enough fabric softener in the washing machine. He's that sort of bloke. He stresses
He's the kind of guy that would be worried about an ulcer.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, I'm more worried about the ulcer if the amount of cheese I'm going to eat is going to get hold of it. You know what I mean? That's my start to worry. I don't worry about oil in engines, as you see in my videos. So, so he's now got to learn just to chill out and take each day as it comes. So,
That's tough.
Hey, Riley, buddy.
we were lucky with him. Apart from that, now that sort of stress has gone, because it did cause stress throughout the entire family.
Yes.
Was the car okay, Mick? Was the car? Yeah, he's been playing with that remote control car all day. In fact, so is my eldest son, Gary. Yeah, that present was fantastic. So now all that stress has gone, because Mrs. P was fetching, carrying the younger kids, and I was over to the hospital every day, 2 or 3 times a day, and that's about an hour's journey each way. And then mum-in-law had to go over the other house to look after the small kids over there. It just all hands to the pump. You know what it goes like. All hands to the pump. So, are you back, Brandon? You finished mucking about? Are you just still mucking about? I can't hear. Let me unmute you and let me see what you're going to say. Yeah, say again.
Now
Okay,
I'm
buddy.
not doing nothing else for right now.
All right, babe. That was nice to actually have him sat down in a chair, and he wasn't allowed to move. Which he hated, because I think most men, they like to sit in their chair at Christmas, have a beer, if they can have a beer, and just relax and not do anything. But when you're actually being told not to do anything, it's different, isn't it?
Worse.
When you're being restricted. So he got a bit knocky because he was being told to sit still and be quiet and all the rest of it, and not help out. So, but it is what it is. He's been told to sit still for over a week and not do nothing. So. It's that, or he goes back into hospital again. Thanks again for your help. Had to go now. Yeah, okay, Jeffrey. Let's know about that carburetor as well. Jeffrey's got a Suffolk Punch lawnmower, Bruce, which is a cylinder mower. And when he just restored it all, and he said he put it all together, put the petrol in, and the petrol pissed out the front through one of the holes in the carburetor.
Mhm.
And it's got one of the like the Tecumseh style carburetors with the metal float on it.
Yep.
So I'm guessing the solder or whatever it is that goes round it. I'm guessing that's cracked a leak in the floats.
Floats full.
Floats. Yeah.
Or he's got the
Yeah. Wait a minute.
or the bowl's on crooked and it's just jamming the float sideways.
Could be that. Could be a jet issue. Could be a seat issue. It could be a number of things. Who's that?
There's a fire.
Is Mummy calling me?
No, Dado.
Oh, was it Brandon? Was it? Okay.
Dado.
He's not there. He's disappeared. I don't know where he's gone. He'll be back in a bit. Yeah, I'll drop him down for a bit in case someone wants to come up through, but I don't know where he's gone. Let me drop him down. He might come back.
I'm just going to change the computer.
Okay, right, yeah, no worries. So yeah, it could be a number of things that are wrong with it, but until you take it apart, you're not going to know, Bruce. Sorry, that's a problem.
Right.
And we all know that I'm not a fan of Tecumseh, which you like Tecumseh.
I like him.
Yeah, I know, but that's because you're not right in the head.
Well, you know, I think Canada was flooded with them 30 years ago, and they are just everywhere. And you just work on them because you're used to them. You're just so used to it.
I just wish that my only one wish with the Tecumseh engine is they just designed it so you don't have to take everything off just to get out of the carburetor.
Right.
That's my only one wish.
Right.
Because my hands are different to yours. My hands are about 3 sizes bigger than yours, and I just can't get in to that stupid 8 or 10 mil nut round the back to take that off. You got to take the manifold cover off, the exhaust off, and you got to take off 15 bolts just to get to the carburetor. And that's when I tend to get the hammer out because it frustrates me. But
I wonder if it's the maker, because here it's just 2 Phillips bolts right below the muffler.
Same. For what I've seen from your videos, it's the same. You've got the 2. Once the air filter comes off, the cylinder style air filter, take that off. You've got two Phillips screws behind that, which takes the little tiny plastic cover off. Yeah, that comes off. And then what holds the carburetor on is one 8 mil bolt on the front, nut and bolt, and one on the back.
I just go right to the block and take the 2 bolts out of the block and remove the intake manifold with the carburetor and take the whole assembly off.
That's what I'm saying, Bruce. You got to take the whole lot off.
Zing.
That's what I'm saying. You got to take the whole lot off. And I just find with Tecumseh, I just find you either get one that doesn't start or one that does. I've never really come across a bad running Tecumseh.
They all do that.
Getting light in here. It's dark.
Yeah, you're dark, dude.
It's just one or the other. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So here,
Yeah.
that's Drew.
That's Drew.
That's
Hello.
You right?
Drew. What do you think? What's your take on the new Briggs plastic carburetors, Bruce?
Well, they don't rust. That's as nice as I can say.
Yeah. So what about a Briggs plastic carburetor after 2 seasons?
Done.
And do you think?
Oh, that's a little bit better.
Do you think cleaning would actually improves it? Because I've found that the plastic ones, after 2 seasons, even if you clean the carburetor out and rim the jets, they're still done.
Right. Well, you know, they're fairly new here, so this is only my 2nd season even seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We've had them about 3.5 seasons now. No, in fact, 4 seasons, because I had one come in, which was a 2014, and I cleaned it out. This is prior to me. Bless you. This is prior to me having an ultrasonic cleaner. I cleaned it. I didn't use carb cleaner because it's plastic, and you've got that silly little orange style gasket that expands. So I used WD-40, and I rim the jets out, That carburetor was clean, no doubt. I put it together and it still surged or hunted. Took it back off, give it another clean, put it back on, same. Exactly.
But they're being such a modern carburetor, you can just about ream every one of them out 1/2 a size, eh?
Yeah. So in the end, I just I got a customer just to buy a another carburetor, £32,
Right.
and
I think that's Don't you hate to give up though?
the carburetor is still in my shop because I won't throw it out.
Take a hammer to it.
Yeah, the other issue I found with them also is the throttle flap sticks,
right?
Quite a bit, and I've had one totally apart, and I've had to literally get a small file off a Dremel tool and just file around the edge of where the throttle flap sits, and that repaired that. But I'm not a fan.
Me either. I'd like to see a Briggs carburetor on a Honda engine.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of the Honda carburetors either because they're so susceptible to dust.
Do you know what? I've repaired this season 3 Honda carburetors with gaskets only. It's not the jets are plugged. It's not any of that. It's not the usual stuff. But the carburetor, the gasket that goes in between the carburetor and the block.
The thick metal one with the embossed rubber.
Yes. No. The one that goes between the carb and the block, not the carburetor and the airbox, the other side. And what happens is I've found is that gasket, it bellows right around the channels. And just by getting a Stanley knife, if you just trim that gasket back just a thousandth, talking thousandths here, just knock it back so it's flat again, put it back on, good to go. But I've had 3 or 4
on the sheet side like this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I find
you can see the little curvature from that line in there.
Yeah, I just want a bit of sandpaper or something just to knock it back a couple of thou. I see that improves it tenfold. And I've Mick, you need a 3D printer. I bought a cheap Chinese carburetor, copy Briggs and Stratton plastic one. All I'm saying is, don't do it because that was no better than the broken one.
Yeah, someone gave me this edger and it kept leaking gas like a sieve, and I cleaned my carb out and it's all plastic, and I got to get a new carb for it. I looked it up online, and that's the known problem. Those carbs just can't hold it unless I could find maybe something that has, like a metal carb for it, maybe or somewhere, maybe. But
well, the problem is not the metal carb; it's the linkages that fit to it because it is so fine tuned. There's only so much you can get between the governor arm to make that carburetor run as it should. So you'll be hard pushed to get a metal carb onto it that will actually run according to how it should. That's the issue. If it was that easy, you could just whack any carburetor on any engine, and you don't really have the tuning capability like you do on a 2-cycle. That governor arm will only give you so much adjustment. I've got one at the moment on the Mountfield, which is a LHP 19 carburetor, and every single time I put that carburetor on the engine, all it does is revs its head off, and no matter what I do, it will not idle. I've done the governor arm, I've checked the carburetor itself, I've had the pan off, I looked inside it, all the governor is all fine, its timing is right, the cams are fine. But when I put the carburetor on, the throttle flap is wide open. So I'm guessing, and this is the nature of the beast that I work in, Bruce, is that I'm buying lawnmowers off of people that may have already had a little tiny little dig in there, little look in there. So
they think they know what they're doing.
Well, I like to think I know what I'm doing, but I'm not convinced anymore.
You're much better off getting a carburetor that came from a little old lady out of her shed that quit running 4 years ago than you are getting one from someone that's been diddled.
This lawnmower came with a Bible in the grass box, you know what I'm saying? But
that's good.
A friend of mine in the chat here, I think Pete Froud, I think he's still here. he's actually got a carburetor possibly for it, so I might be chatting him up for a carburetor. It's either that or the link
Hi,
is
Riley.
right. Say hi, Bruce. He can see you. Say hi.
Hi.
What's up?
He's got his jammers. Yeah.
Daddy, which
Yeah, Brandon's fallen over and knocked
Jack.
himself out, or
Yeah,
what? I don't know.
Jack.
Yeah, but no, he's not down there, mate. He's not there. Look, I'll show you. Look, he's not in
Barely.
there. He's
I
disappeared.
had this covered anyway.
He disappeared. I don't know where he's gone.
Mm.
He'll come back later, mate. Don't worry. Bruce, what detector is that behind you? Says the Hammy Hunter.
Just 1 second.
Mick, I'm gonna jump over here. I got some stuff I want to do outside. I'll
Okay, mate.
yeah,
No
I gotta
worries.
run up there soon. But then
Yeah.
once I get back, I'll jump back up on my phone if you're
Yeah, no problem at all, Steve. That's cool. I'll catch you later, buddy.
So,
All right, we'll see you later, Steven.
I also
Yeah,
sent you an Instagram message too, Mick.
Okay, mate. No worries. That's cool. Yeah, cool. What we
All
got here?
Discovery 2200.
A Discovery 2200. There you go. Owner's manual. It's unlike you, Bruce, to have an owner's manual and an instructor. Where you got? That's Drew.
What's up?
Sorry, Drew.
No, you're fine.
That's unlike you to have an instruction manual, Bruce.
It is something I've never done before, and to be honest with you, we go to Mexico, and I wanted to try it down there in the sand along those little stores that are set up by the beach, and just see if
We'll
I
have
can
to leave
find
and
some.
come back. Hold on.
Okay, so you're off to Mexico.
Yeah, for just when we get, it's minus 17 here this morning, guys.
Oh, it's t-shirt weather over here.
Yeah,
Oh wow. I think it's 55 out there right now here.
but
I
damn,
think it's plus. It's plus over here. It's plus. Yeah, it's +9. Yeah, it's lovely.
that would be a good day.
Let's try that again, Brandon. All right, Brandon.
That's a big mix
Yep.
between Fahrenheit and
I got a
Celsius.
phone call. So kick me
Yeah,
off.
definitely. Okay, mate. No worries. No, lovely. Stacey and Jason.
Daddy,
Stacey is always smiling, Garrett. Yeah, she is.
Daddy,
Yeah.
is that your back?
Yeah, Brandon's back, mate. Yeah, he's come back. Yeah.
Is that
Hi,
your
Shout out
Rowley.
to Brandon. There he is. There you can see.
Yeah,
back?
You've also got quite a few in here. You've got Colin Ketley Motorsports. He does lawnmowers too, Bruce. He's got a channel. He's in the chat. We've also got Matt Stubbington. He's a viewer but does lawnmowers as well. So he'd be privileged to see you. He's working on exactly the same lawnmower that I can't get to run right at the moment. So it's in my soldering shed. That happens.
Oh,
Who else we got? I think that's it. It's in the 70s here. Oh my lord, that is hot. So what's on your bench at the moment, Bruce? What are you working on, buddy?
I just I'm working on a 4-gallon DeWalt compressor.
Okay.
A little electric one.
Right.
For a contractor.
Okay, how's that going? Is it behaving itself?
No, he dropped it. The video's coming up, but it might be a couple of weeks before the video hits the waves, eh?
Yeah.
But one of his employees dropped it and smashed the case, and the case was not available online. I could not get it. So I took it over to my anvil, smashed it flat, and then completely glazed both sides with JB weld to hold.
Yeah.
And now it'll hold it well. That was what the problem was.
What I do with any of my broken plastic, rather than using
it was aluminum.
Yeah, is it aluminum? Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Aluminium.
Aluminium. Yeah, aluminium. Yeah, don't you get me started.
No, I've heard you do it before.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I've got on the bench at the moment 2 projects. I've got a nice Hater 48 MOSFET, which has got a Honda 4 horsepower on it. But I don't have a grass box for it, which is a bit of a pickle. But I think my mate Pete's actually got one, so I'm working on that. But that's got no fuel lines on it, no fuel in it, and every time you pull it, I'm getting a really weird noise from the bottom. It could just be the belts come adrift. I'm hoping it's not something a bit more sinister. I've got that on the bench, and then I've also got on the bench a Champion Premiere. Which I'm not quite sure what's Premiere about it, because it's a standard lawnmower. That's the one I did a carburetor on last week, and I'm going to be engine off, wheels off, axles off, and stripping that one right down to bare bones and giving that a complete paint job again.
That was quite a job you did on the last one there. I like that.
Well, you can do it for cheap. even with the right tools, with the right materials, by using a rust treatment, an undercoat or primer, a top coat, and lacquer, that costs around about £15. I can do it for each mower, and that can be the difference between selling one or not all season. I've got a Tecumseh, which is running, which is quite unique, and it's got a flaky body, and that's been there for the past 3 months of the season, and no one even looked at it. Bruce is waving to you.
Daddy, did you more?
Hey?
Did you more?
No, that's all there is at the moment, mate. Yeah, room for 2 more. Yeah, I'll put the link out there, mate. Yeah.
He's got it.
Daddy.
I'll put the link out there. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Yeah.
There's more down there.
There's no more down there, mate, but there might be when I put the link out. We'll see what happens. Yeah?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to do an awesome mail call, guys.
Cool. Right here, matey. Is it from me?
This is stuff from Boneyard. He sent me all kinds of new old parts.
From Boneyard, eh?
Yep.
It won't let me put the link out. I think it's my internet connection up in the house because all the kids are home. I've got one over here on an iPad and on a phone. He's just sitting there on YouTube, probably watching Micks Mowers. I've got 2 upstairs on Xboxes and
they're filling up the funnel.
And I've got Riley on his iPad, and I've got mother-in-law. She's on her tablet, so it's all it's being pulled. Hey Mick, did Santa come up with the goods for Riley? Yes, he did. Riley boy was sport rotten. To say he had enough presents was one thing, but he insisted that all of my presents were his as well. But he was disappointed when he got a pair of size 12 socks. They didn't fit in there. They were too big for him. Yeah, he was sport, and he did very well. We had a few moments where he had to go off and sort himself out.
A little time.
Yeah, a little reset. It nowadays it only takes him about 30 seconds to do it. It used to take him about 3.5 hours. But he goes away, he has a little think about it, and he comes back, and then he goes off again. And that's just what we do.
We all do. We're all like that. His is more visible.
In fact, your last video I saw you do with was it a mail call, when you're trying to do a mail call and the phone rang? Do you know what? I could see the frustration in your face. I read it.
And then it was my friend telling me that he got his truck back.
Yeah.
The stolen truck.
Yeah. And I could just see by your face and the way you put the stuff back in the package. It happens when you're in the right frame of mind and you're trying to do the right thing and trying to get the video to be as professional as you can.
Yes.
It happens. I had the same. I was redoing
times.
Everybody has that.
Yeah, I was doing a hater where I honed out the cylinder, and I was putting the little pin back in the piston rod, and it's a little tiny, like a pig's tail clip. I had a pair of long nose snips, and I was just recording it, trying to push it back in, and it got halfway in, and then it shot out. And in my old shed, don't know where it went, and it took me about 45 minutes to find it. The editing in that was about 45 minutes I had to take out because it was just me cursing around the workshop because I couldn't find this pin.
My goal is to do less editing, and it seems that I end up doing more.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't know quite sometimes where I go wrong because most of the stuff we do is generic. But every video has this common problem. Like my problem at the moment is Mrs. P. I'll be working on a carburetor, and then all I get is honey, like that come across the lawn. I'm like, ah.
Mrs. Bruce comes home right during the video and opens the garage door.
Yeah. I've got tech.
That's when I say management's in the house. That's what I say.
Can you see Techie? Has he come up yet?
Oh,
is he there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see him? Can you see Techie down here?
Yeah.
All right, I can't. I'm going to refresh, so I'll be back in 2 ticks. Don't go nowhere.
I'm eating a treacle tart.
Mine's got to refresh. It's
Devon style.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I've got a bloody headache. I need to start eating.
Sugar.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I worked my butt off all week.
You got no butt.
Mm. Mm.
Where do you live, Drew?
I'm in Ohio.
Oh, right on.
I had to reboot.
Is that the Buckeye State, if I'm not
Yes, it
mistaken?
is.
That's pretty good for a Canadian, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Bruce is saying, this is another Bruce. Bruce to Bruce Pinder, is it cold in Alberta? He's in Winnipeg.
Oh, we call it winter pig. So it was minus 21 here this morning, and it's minus 17 now.
Yeah.
Celsius.
Yeah, that's Bruce out.
No, yeah.
Hello, Riley.
What's up?
That's Sparky.
Sparky, hi.
What did you get for Christmas? Anything nice?
He got a what is that? Buzz Lightyear onesie. It's one of his
To
favourite things.
Beyond, what is it? To Beyond, what is it? Buzz Lightyear, To Beyond?
To infinity and beyond. Yeah.
That's the one.
That's the one. Infinity and Beyond.
So he got that. He's quite chuffed with that.
Oh
They're good. Yeah.
I'll try.
You can try and get it on, mate, but you'll sweat like a pig.
Yeah.
Do it.
You'll sweat like a pig because the heating's on.
I'm gonna do it.
It might be a bit warm to do it, buddy.
So Bruce is in Winnipeg, but we call it winter pig.
Winnipeg. Is it cold up there, Ben? I bet it's cold in it up there.
It's further east. Yeah, it's right in the center of the country. Right? And there's no warm wind from either ocean. So they are in the grasp of winter from November right to the end of April.
My lord. And I take it there's no grass.
Oh, it's there.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah, it's just under the snow.
Just it's no good to me. It's no good to me, Bruce. It's no good to me because there's no call for snowblowers down here.
You saw how I cleared my pathways in the yard with the leaf blower, hey?
Yeah. A guy I work with got his boy a bag of cement and a bag of gravel, a plastic barrow and a shovel. That was what kids want. He also got a voucher for a big builder's supply shop to get tools. I love someone who gets tools for Christmas.
I did.
Sparky just for turkey. What was that about turkey? Someone taking Mickey out of Sparky.
What'd you get?
Sparky just to take next year, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Say again, Bruce.
What did Sparky get?
What did Sparky get for Christmas, Sparky?
I got an induction hob, a SDS drill, a load of little tool bits, but the best thing I got was my missus for Christmas because she got me some little nice bits which I can't mention on the stream.
Oh, is it a bit saucy?
Yeah, but it's nothing adulty. But it's just you didn't want me to mention it, so
that's fair enough, mate. Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Yeah, keep it clean, but it's fun. The fun side of things out of town.
Technically, it is still a religious holiday.
Tell me about it.
I don't fancy going to confession today.
Put it this way: we're not going to be here for 2 weeks.
Lovely, Mick. Is the Buzz onesie one of your prezzies that Riley claimed is his? No, it is Riley's. It ain't mine. Bruce, I have to put up with this stick all day long. I'm telling you. Yeah.
You look good in the onesie.
They thought that onesie was mine, not yours. It's yours, isn't it? Tech thought it was funny. Tech. Sparky. Yeah, you tell him off. I'm here.
Yeah?
I'm here just driving through. Okay. Rhonda.
It's infinity and beyond.
Yeah, no, Rhonda, I know what you're trying to do. No writing in caps letters because YouTube see it as spam. Yeah, no problem. That's cool. I'll pass it in, buddy, and I'll put it on for you. You're trying. Let's have a little look at it. Hang on. My lord.
That's no problems, Rhonda. No problems.
He was trying to put his feet in the arm bit. Bless him. That's why it wasn't going to plan. Yeah, I'll help you. Right, now turn around. Turn around. Excellent.
You're right. He's going to be hot when he gets that on.
And have the other one. Pull your toes out. Where's your toes? There's one. That's it. Now the other one. You don't fall over. My lord. Might turn the heating off.
Why?
You'll be too hot in there. Bruce said you'll be sweating.
Oh.
There you go. Turn around. Face that way. Now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Don't push the buttons yet. Don't start putting your wings out yet. You'll blow up.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's just Riley flying in the air.
Now he's got it on. He want it off in 3 seconds. Yeah, come in and show Bruce. Me gone.
To infinity and beyond.
To say to infinity and beyond.
Daddy,
Yeah.
ticket.
A ticket. Well, you will have a ticket. He's got this thing about tickets. He hates tickets and labels. He hates them. Oh, he hates it. Yeah, I'll cut it out tomorrow. No problem. Don't get too hot on that.
Do that all afternoon.
He's just got a thing, and if the problem is, if we don't watch him, he'd do it himself, and he'd go around with like holes in the back of his t-shirt, holes in the back of his pants, because he's actually just cut straight through it.
Okay, my daughter, you know, she's special, and she'll put on a Kleenex box. She always goes and makes sure that the Kleenexes aren't sticking out of the Kleenex box.
Yeah,
all over the house. Every Kleenex
little
box.
tiny thing. Yeah, I know. Gary Butler, did the car work? Okay, I did answer, mate. Yeah, the car was fantastic. He's been playing with his car for half the day, chasing his grandma around the kitchen with it, and even my eldest son, who's 18, I caught him playing with it this afternoon as well.
Right.
He's just come back from university, so yeah, he loved it. Yeah, Gary Butler, he sent Riley Boy a little remote control car through YouTube. Yeah, real nice family. Diesel Guy, high on the panel.
Hey, Diesel Guy, how you doing?
Jason Hughes, evening Diesel Guy there speaking. Sparky, been on holiday all year. Jason, never mind 2 weeks, okay. Riley, no tags, don't blame you. It's just his thing. He absolutely detests them. So when are you going to buy a hot plate, Bruce, and bore your you know I'm gonna pick holes in you today. You've come up, so you got holes. When's that going to happen?
Well, I use that huge coffee can, and I just take it into the house, stick it on high for 15 minutes, and then we're done. But
doesn't that stink the kitchen out?
You know, I think because I filter the juice every time I put it back in the jug. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I don't think I value my marriage, and I don't think Mrs. P would put up with that.
Mine's a Mrs. P too, eh?
It ain't gonna happen. She would sniff me out. I'm telling you. But I don't use any carb cleaner. I just use dish soap suds. Yeah. That's all I ever use.
Well, I'm gonna switch. I bought a bunch of that mean green stuff, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna just switch to Dawn detergent.
Yeah. The only thing I have found what it does just take the shine off some of the aluminiums. That's all. Aluminums, yeah. It just takes a bit of a shine off. Sometimes I'll put a little tiny bit of lemon juice in as well, just for acidity. But the only problem with lemon juice is it's got bits in it, so you got to go a bit careful. Maybe filter that first, but
maybe a tiny bit of vinegar instead of the lemon juice.
Possibly. But for what it costs for 5 liters of his stuff.
Yeah, it's $20 here.
Yeah, and that's why it costs what it costs to do
200 US.
200 US.
That's for you, Drew.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's how I managed to keep my carb cleaning costs down, because over here, a push mower or drive mower, secondhand, done up, fully serviced, running, is only ever going to fetch £80 to £120. And if you start putting on costs £20 or £30, £35 for a carb clean, people ain't gonna wear it.
You call them grass box, we call them bags, but one bag could be worth more than the mower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Trying
Yeah,
to find one.
But over here in the UK, if it ain't got a bag, you ain't going to sell it.
Right.
You ain't.
But we mulch a lot over here. We mulch.
Yeah, I know. And in the States, they do too. In the UK, that's a no-no.
Maybe it's too wet.
It don't matter, mate. They just bag it. And they will not buy. And even if you say to them, you know, during the season, sometimes the grass does need it to be mulched and fertilized. So take the grass box off and be like, nah, I don't want grass on there. Don't want it off.
If it's short and dry, I'll mulch, and if it gets to be a little longer and wet, I'll bag it.
Yeah,
because I don't want clumps.
Yeah, over here it's bag on nothing. If they ain't got a bag, they're not interested.
Well, I'm gonna hop off here and go grab get some stuff done here, but I'll catch you guys later.
Hey, it's nice meeting you, Drew. Face to face.
Good talking with you guys.
Yeah. Hence the reason that last mower I did, I didn't have a bag for it, so I made the bag fit. Because without a bag, I'm never going to sell it. So,
well, no one over here, a mower without a bag or box is $30. You know, probably 20 pounds less because they don't sell. So,
yeah, I think Bruce, truth be told, over here, if it ain't got a bag or a box, it ain't gonna sell. It don't matter how cheap you make the mower, unless they got a spare bag for it themselves, which I haven't. It ain't gonna sell. It just won't sell.
Do they ever like at Walmart here? You can buy just a cheap $130 lawnmower with a side discharge, no bag. Do they have anything like that there?
No.
No?
Generally, the only mowers you get that will have the 3-in-1 combination.
Yeah.
Are generally about £250. You can't just buy like you got over there a 21-inch deck with a side dish chute, and maybe you might get that flattening bar at the back, don't you? You know that. Yeah. You don't very rarely see any of it at all. I've come across a few Murrays and
Murrays,
snappers. I don't know where they're selling them, but they're not sold over here, so they must be coming over from the States. Because we haven't got anything like that over here at all. I don't even think Stens sell them in their catalogue range over here. So,
we have now. Pardon the description, gentlemen, but I call them welfare specials, and it's a side discharge 10-year-old mower that in the springtime the landlord must say to these people, get the lawn cut, and they'll come and I sell them for $40 Canadian, and I'll just sell 8 in a day. Just put them on local sell sites, and they go because people just have to get their lawn cut. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I got a bunch of those that I sell too.
Yeah, and it's not disrespect on the welfare special. That's what I call them. Only in the house, not online.
Yeah. Over here.
Nothing against anybody who's on welfare, man. But, that's the price.
Definitely over here. Last year, towards the mid-season, every man and his dog was selling mowers in my local area.
Oh yeah.
And what they're doing is they're picking mowers up from flea markets, from car boot sales, from wherever. They're getting them running, and they're bumping them out. And I've had several come back to me saying, I bought this lawnmower off of a fella, off of Facebook or wherever, and it don't cut grass, or it's packed up, or whatever it is. And some of the blades are upside down.
Just had one.
Yeah, I know it happens. I've had quite a lot of that this year. But there's a cheap mower. I decided to buy 5 or 6 really cheap mowers, and I decided I'd do them up. I wasn't going to service them, but if I needed oil, I'd top it up. If it wanted a new plug, I'd do it. The air filters I just cleaned, unless they're the paper ones.
Was that the special of 6 that you just did?
That was it, exactly that. And I sold them all sold. But one of them, which is a Power Force Extreme, and there's nothing extreme about it. I could have sold that lawnmower 75 times over. I left it up on the advertising site because when people say, "Is this available?" I said, "No, that one's gone, but I have these."
Yes.
You know, and I was getting emails and texts for that right until October.
And you can say to somebody, "Well, that one sold, but I've got 3, one the same price and 2 for 20 more. Come on and have a look."
Yeah, and they say, "No, that's the one I want."
Every one I sell, I tell the person it's got a 3-week warranty, not a 3-year warranty.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I don't even do that anymore. A friend of mine, he does guarantees. I think he only does it for he only did it for like 2 months. But he became unstuck. People were bringing stuff back. Yeah. Yeah, he was bringing and like an SV150 engine, which is like a Honda wannabe.
Honda.
The airbox was falling off of it. The pull cord was all loose, and they'd clearly been in there. Clearly, and I said to my friend, but the problem is because you're given the warranty, you've got to do the work, despite the fact half of it's missing. You said you'd do it. So I'll sell a lawnmower fully running, fully tested. They can come around and wrap down my lawn as much as they like with it. And I just say, if it breaks down, come back to me and we'll work something out.
Exactly.
That's what I say. Because if it's something like the cable has stretched or something's come adrift, I'll do it up. I'll put a new part on it, whatever, and it's back out the door. But if it is broken, they're going to have to pay for that repair.
Yeah.
Something I never do is I never sell it the same day I fix it. So I go out the next day. It's all cold. You pull the rope. If it starts and runs, it's probably going to do that again for 30 times.
Yeah, exactly. What I do with all of mine is when I get them running, I pull it and it starts. I tie it off. I run it for 10, 15 minutes. I turn it off, let it go cold, give it a cold start as well when it's cooled down, and then the next day I then pull it and start it.
Exactly.
Apart from that, you can't do no more.
Well, the ones that really scare me are the ones. Sorry.
Let's go on, Bruce.
The ones that scare me are the ones that you pick them up on a buy and sell site, and you bring them home and they run.
Yeah.
And you wonder, what the heck is wrong with this thing, right? Like, what? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had them come in out of fuel, just out of gas.
I had one this season. I don't know if you saw the video. It came in as I now do part exchange, which has worked really well in my area. So if your lawnmower is broken, as long as it's complete, I will part exchange for it. And I generally only give $5, $10. That's it. I don't give a lot. Because it's not running. I have this one come in, which is what we call a multi-clip, which is like what you guys in the Canada and the States have, which is the ones with the little flap on the back, with a little SV or RV 150 engine on it. And she said the engine is seized. I was cutting the grass and it stopped, and now I can't pull it. It's completely seized up. I haven't tipped it up on its side, nothing like that. Okay, so that's fine. So I threw it to one side, no problem. Take your pick. I'll give you a $5 for that because it looks like it's seized. There's a high risk it could be. I'll take the chance. If not, the cables are worth $10, $15 a piece, or £10, £15, and air boxes, all that good stuff.
So
I'll make money all day long on it. So they picked their lawnmower they wanted. They were happy. They paid the money off. They went. And literally, no sooner had they gone out the gate, I'm on the lawnmower to have a look.
Oh yeah, you got it.
I tipped it up. And between the deck and the blade was a piece of branch about that thick.
Yeah.
And literally, I got a hammer and just bashed that out. I pulled the cord and away it went. They hadn't even got their lawnmower in their boot of their car in the trunk, and their one was running. Yeah, and my missus was like, "Don't you feel guilty?" I said, "No, I took the chance. That could have been seized. It could have had no wall in it. I took the chance on it, you know."
Yeah.
So that one was just cleaned up, service, and blade sharpened or whatever, because the blade was done, and chucked out the next day. You know, I think I made 110% profit on it.
Yeah. And the ones you spend 4 days working on them, you only get $40 for them.
Yeah. The thing is, I've been an electrical person for many years, and there's too many screwdriver doctors, and there's too many know-it-alls. Think the know-it-alls. It's like you take a front of a consumer unit off. You know they've been inside it because all the cables are moved, and you think to yourself, You just told me you haven't been inside it, but you have been inside it. So why didn't you tell me the truth? I could deal with it, move on.
Because people get embarrassed.
Yeah.
Especially blokes, they get embarrassed when they say, "Yeah, it don't work." And you know, when you take the airbox cover off, you see the cable ties or the fuse wire holding the throttle back, and you know, they get a bit embarrassed by it.
Holding the brake open.
Yeah, it's when the bit I hate. I don't mind that so much because you can just that bit has been adapted, or so you can work around that issue. It's when they turn up with like a trimmer, which I know you don't do a lot of them, Bruce.
I used to, but I got arthritis. Yeah, I just can't.
Yeah, I understand, bud. I had a bloke turn up this year, and it's just a pull cord. He said, "My pull cord's broken. Can you fix it?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Pop it round. I can do it whilst you wait." And he said, "Well, I'll just drop it off and come back for it." I said, "Well, you know, it's up to you, but it's going to take me 2 minutes." No, I'll drop it off. And when he dropped it off, he had a trimmer in one hand and a plastic bag in the other, and in the plastic bag was the 4 bolts, the spring, the pull cord, the nuts, the washer, the pulley assembly.
Yeah.
It weren't just a pull cord, was it? It was a bag of bits, you know. And I said, unfortunately, because you had a go at it, that's now going to cost you a bit more money than what would it have just been a restring.
Yeah.
But
you know my background is electrical, eh? The worst ones, the hardest ones for me to fix are the ones that I get from my old coworkers, because they're technically trained. They've been through that thing, not quite as far as I would go, and like there's probably a bolt snapped off in behind the carburetor, making the intake manifold a little leaky or something like that. That they can't.
Well, I was
make sure the video camera is on.
I know. I was on a live stream the other week. Zippo was on there, and my mate Roy, he was on there.
I wonder where he is.
He's probably asleep or drunk.
No, he's not drunk. He drinks Diet Coke.
He'd be about somewhere. And my friend, he had an L-shaped 3.5 classic, like the clock cover I sent you, one of those ones.
Yeah.
And he had one of them, and he could not get this engine to run sweet. It would run, it would hunt, it would surge, and he done the diaphragm gasket, he done the springs, he done everything.
Everything YouTube will tell you.
Eh?
Anything that YouTube will teach you.
Yeah, exactly. So we had Zippo up there, who's qualified Briggs and Stratton mechanic engineer, and Roy was on there, and there was 2 or 3 other lawnmower fellas on there, plus myself. And we had him take the head off of it. We had him check the valves. We had him do everything, and he was getting a bit stressed with his engine. In the end, he was showing me the exhaust valve, and I said, "Whoa, hold it! I found it." And you can just see everybody on the screen, their eyes trying to find it, and all it was where that carburetor on the classic slides onto the intake tube.
Yes.
Where they rattle loose, it just caused a pinprick hole in the air in the fuel intake pipe. That's all it was. And you just got a soldering gun and just put a bit of solder across it, a bit of heat it up and melted it. Put it back on, squeeze and that.
I did a big warning on those classics. I was buying. I got cheap, and I was buying those diaphragms out of China, and I had 3 of them running and hunting and leaning, just because it was maybe the diaphragm was a bit too thin, or something. And I had 3 in a row, and I thought I was losing my mind. Went back and bought Briggs and Stratton diaphragms. Problem solved. So watch what you buy, boys.
Yeah, I fell into the same trap, Bruce. I got some from a company over here called Garden Hire Spares, and I would probably say they're 85% effective.
Yeah.
They will last. They will last the season. I got another set from somewhere else, and they're really good. And I put it on the channel, but I've been using these. They're quite a good copy. Do it. Then I had a friend of mine text me back saying, "Mick, they're crap." I put them on 3 of my engines, and I get some rough running. I went back to my stock over the other side of the garden. I fired up all 5 or 6 ones that I'd done, and they all ran shocking. as soon as you put them in the carburetor, they're fine for running straight away the next morning. But give them 2 or 3 days, and you end up changing them again. So yeah, I fell into the same trap, and now I use Briggs and Stratton only, or I use the Garden Hire Centre ones. Garden Hire spares. They're pretty good. They're about 80%, but I'm
You got
kicking myself on
Stins?
the backside. They're only about 50p cheaper.
Yeah.
So
Do you have Stens over there? STENS?
yes, we do have Stens over here. I recently just found them. One of my subscribers pointed me in the right direction, and they're really good.
Yeah, they're good.
Some parts are bad,
but to be fair, I can get them off Amazon next day delivery for the same money.
Right.
You know,
we don't have next day delivery. Like Bruce here was from Winnipeg, and I'm 1,000 miles west of Winnipeg, between Winnipeg and Vancouver. So we don't get 2-day delivery here on Amazon.
It takes a little while. It takes a little while to get down to, I suppose.
On here.
What's that say there, Neil? Mick, what happened to Jacko's small engine repair? Yeah, Jacko. I actually saw a comment from Jacko on another video tonight. He is still active, but he's not doing any videos at all. Jacko, you can find Jacko on Instagram or Facebook. He is active on there. I had the same thing with Garden Hire spares. Okay for a season, but no good after that. Exactly that, Rams moment. That's what I'm finding. They're good for the season, so that could work in your favour. What? What are you pointing at?
Sparky's got a fake hand or something there.
Garden
Maybe I don't know
spares
something.
are awesome and well.
Maybe that's that secret thing that he said his wife bought him for Christmas.
Yeah. I've already put it in private chat already. I've already put it to private chat to Mick already. What we're doing, I just don't. I leave it like that. Right.
So yeah, Ramsmo is saying that Garden Hire spares, they're good. Yes, buddy. No, that's fine. Brandon's frozen. The Musky's outside. That the diaphragms are good for a season. Yeah. No, he's frozen, mate. He'll be back in a bit. He can't hear.
He's frozen, yeah.
Which is okay, but I'm not into that. So some people would say, yeah, well, I'll do that, and then they might come back next year because I'll put my sticker on the lawnmower, and I'd much rather someone come back with a service or when it's actually broken down. I'm not going to do it on purpose. Yeah, I'll put Brandon down there so you can't see him. He'll come back in a bit, mate. There you go.
I love it. Isn't it wonderful when your customers just bring them in every spring and you go through them and you just get to know the mowers?
Yeah, don't happen very often, Bruce.
Oh, I have that.
Yeah. You got wing, yeah. I've got some people, and what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Let's have a go like that, buddy. Yeah, hang on. Stay there. There you go. Done. I've got some people that will have me service a Chinese wannabe year after year after year, and I have someone who will take a Honda HRX or 553 Pro,
shove it under the deck.
Yeah. Never see him again, or see him every 2 years because the carburetor's all bunged up, And I said, look, mate, you've got a lawnmower here which you paid X amount of pounds for. It's a pro mower. You've got to look after it. And you don't see him, but yet these people that buy them out of his cheap shops, they come to me year after year after year, good as gold, every year, because the carburetors are shocking and the fuel here is crap. And after 30 days, it starts to break down. They leave it in there over winter, and they're coming back for just jet cleans and bits and pieces. In fact, one woman actually, she bought me 3 mowers. They were Wilco special, B&Q special, and somewhere else. And I said, what do you want me to do? She said, I want all 3 serviced, get one running, and the other 2, get them running, then drain the fuel out. And she then just goes through them throughout the year. And she's been back for 4 years on the bounce with all 3 lawnmowers because each one packs up throughout the season. I said, just buy a decent one, but it's what she does. It's what she does.
But I think that crummy fuel or that bad fuel is why all of us small backyard small engine mechanics exist.
Yeah.
We probably owe it. We probably owe it something.
Yeah, exactly.
Good evening, Snobby. If you're in, can hear me. Good evening, Snobby.
I was looking at some of the fuels that I've been using from different stations because some fuels last better than others. But it all seems to be a common theme that fuel after about 30 days is done. It's starting to go.
We're not quite that bad here. I can get all 3 grades, premium, medium, and high grade, with no ethanol still here. Alberta is our province, right? That's we're oil business here, so it's still probably the last bastion of no ethanol.
How much are you paying for one with no ethanol in it?
Right now, we are paying only 91 cents a liter, Canadian dollar. So that would be, almost, I don't know, not bad. That's a good price, 91 cents a liter. You guys are probably paying double that, eh? Pound and a half a liter?
Yeah, that's good.
It is good. Canadian dollars about...
No, it's not.
The local one round us at the moment for diesel is 161 at the moment for diesel.
And the Canadian dollar is about 75 cents US.
Yeah. Petrol 151.
That's pricey. Whereabouts are you?
Cornwall. Where I'm just outside Exeter,
Yeah, down here I'm paying 126 for unleaded and 128 to 130 for diesel in the town. So it's up to 145 on the motorways.
Yeah, the LPG one is 99p at the moment.
Okay.
LPG.
David,
yeah. And that's why our vehicles are still bigger, because our fuel prices are about half.
Yeah. David D. Butler is saying, I have seen a number of guys changing mowers to run on propane.
Yeah.
Hi, D.
Wherever he is.
But it's LPG is 99p at the moment. LPG. Imagine a carrying a tank on your back with LPG. All you need is one spark. Boom! Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's mower man. Hey.
Well, I've seen the tank strapped to the top.
Yeah, Tim Palmer saying, I bought my first Wilco mower in 2015 and it's still running well. Still got the original spark plug. Well, that'd be a Torque spark plug in there. You can keep it because they're shocking.
I know how you feel about those. Well, this is for you, Mick. I have a double lot in the back. It's wide, my yard.
Yeah.
And I ran a Tecumseh 3.5 horse Tecumseh for 28 years on that lot.
Really?
Yeah.
28 years.
I'm old enough to do that. Your wife is the same. 28 years on a 3-horse Tecumseh.
Did you buy a new engine each year? It's like my broom. It's brand new, but it's only had 4 new handles and 3 new heads.
Yeah.
That's off Delboy, that one.
Yeah. But that's the thing with what I found with Tecumseh is either you get one that runs or one that don't. And I think with Tecumseh, the carburetor system itself is actually a really good system.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just literally the purging or the priming system which could do better.
This one, it was the older one with the foam, and it actually pumped fuel, not air.
Yes.
The new Tecumseh's pump a shot of air in there, and it doesn't quite take it the same level.
It's just not quite there, is it?
That's right.
Yeah. And I found a lot of people who have tried to prime the Tecumseh. They take the air filter off and what have you, and take the plastic cover off to have a look at it. And they say when I prime it, nothing's happening. But unless you have that front screw in the Phillips one, you don't have that screw in the side of that carburetor where the plastic housing goes. It's never going to prime because that's part of the priming process. That one screw is designed to be in there, and it will never prime without it. So that's why I sort of come on to a bit of a winner. Mick, I'm in Florida. Yes, beautiful yard, Bruce. Apparently, you've got a beautiful yard, Bruce.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks, D.
At the moment, it hasn't at the moment. It's covered in snow. That's why he's not happy with his specially leaf blower cum snow blower handheld device.
I blew a lot of snow with that.
Well, whatever works. Have you had your John Deere out? Have you?
Yes.
Is she running all right?
You know what? Somebody turned me into the city bylaws because I was pushing snow in the back alley.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah. So and the bylaw guy came right up. It's happened twice in 2 weeks, and I finally found out who it was. And I went around to 61 homes in the neighborhood because I was just driving around with my tractor cleaning sidewalks. And there's old
Yeah.
people in wheelchairs. They love
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Doing a
And
service.
one dork turned me in, and the bylaw guy said, "Well, I wished you lived in my neighborhood." He said, "I'd buy you a bottle of whiskey." And even the bylaw guy was like stunned, because you're doing the world a favor when you have this much snow.
Mm.
Yeah. I think when it comes to that sort of weather, you as humans we have to adapt and do the best we can do.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, sometimes to survive. You know, I mean, we've had some serious flooding down this neck of the woods,
Yeah.
and people have been driving around with quad bikes
Mhm.
because the air filter is higher than what it is in a normal car.
Delivering
And
groceries or whatever.
yeah, and the police are ignoring it because they're doing errands. They're doing a service. So common sense has to prevail, surely.
Mm.
You know, but some people they just get a thrill out of that. They get a thrill out of
They forget.
turning people in. Just you remember that when his mower comes in for service, Bruce.
Well, you know, everybody in the neighborhood gets a free repair.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
what I do.
Do they really?
Yep, for me, yep.
That's good on you.
Well, then they don't phone the city if I'm making a little noise. Or...
It's like here at the moment, we're living on a massive hill, and there was a guy who parked outside the hole here, right? There's double yellow lines, it clearly says do not park. So these enforcement officers, these goody two-shoes, right, went parking around, literally watched him, literally get out of his car, go to the hole, and he was doing a charity do. And this guy was the speaker, the rest of it. They only stick a ticket on his car, and literally 2 hours later, there's 3 stickers on his car getting towed away.
Yeah,
and they didn't realise it was the only person there. It was the mayor. It was the bloody mayor.
Well, they think they're above the law, don't they? A lot of people, there's some people like around here, but I got a fella. You can be careful, really. There's a fella that he does repairs in my local area, and he charges. Oh, I don't know how he sleeps at night. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I had a lawnmower come in, and the owner said they'd taken it to this other fella across town, and they mentioned his name. I said, "Yeah, I know who he is." And he had fully serviced the lawnmower. It wasn't running when it turned up over there. He's fully serviced it, got it running, come back, and it packed up after an hour. And they brought it into me. I said, "No problem. I'll have a look at it for you, and I'll let you know." And all it was the coil was breaking down. When it got hot, the coil was breaking down.
One of the wires goes open.
Yeah, tested fine when cold, but when it got a bit warm, it just kept shutting off. So I put a good trusty second-hand coil on it, and I thought I'd just have a little look at it because the spark plug caught my eye straight away, which was rusty. And for a lawnmower that had just been serviced, I thought that was a bit weird. So I took that out. That wasn't gapped right either. It was gapped to what it comes out at the shop, which isn't right. It's near, but it's not right. I pulled the filter out. That was done. The oil was black as your hat. The blade was blunt as anything. So he clearly hadn't serviced. Clearly hadn't serviced the lawnmower. And so the diaphragm for my service, and the diaphragm doesn't come into it if it runs fine. So anyway, I called them back. So it's all done. It's going to cost you X amount of money for the coil. Do you want me to service it? No, it's just been serviced. I said, well, I think you need to turn up and have a look because it quite clearly hasn't. And they even said, they didn't say, but they insinuated that I had put
dirty oil
in and this, that, and the other, and put an old. I said, look, I'm telling you, I'm deadly serious. The bloke has not serviced it. I'm telling you now. So in the end, I said, well, here's my link to my channel. Feel free, have a look. I've got hundreds of videos on there. Check them out. And I said, showed the mowers over the other side of the garden. I said, look at the filters, look at the spark plugs. They're all brand new. Why would I tell you different? You know. So I said, okay, service it up. So I serviced it. So when I give them the bill, they said that's a quarter of what we were charged originally for his service and his repair. But I don't even know what the repair he done on that lawnmower. It may have just been hydro locked. I've got no
Yeah.
idea.
Right.
But I think he was charging about 120 to 160 pound for a service.
A used mower is not worth that.
It just about covers the cost, which is where he's at. You can buy a lawnmower
A used
relatively
one.
good. You can buy brand new for £70, which is really mega cheap. But this mower would have been brand new about 250, somewhere in there. So he's borderlining sort of £150. It's not quite right. But who's that down there? Is that someone new? Phil's. How you doing, Phil's? How you doing? Let me bring you up, buddy. Let me bring him on up. How you doing, buddy? Can you hear me? I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can just about make out. You're on a mobile phone, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Are you on a mobile phone? Yeah, it might be best if you've got any earplugs. It might be better on earplugs, mate. Sometimes it's better. Try that. Yeah, Matt. Definitely. Yeah, but over £120 plus for a service. I don't even charge a quarter of that for a service because I can get the parts relatively cheap. I don't buy all Briggs like the filters. I get mine from like Wish or something like that, where you can buy 30 Briggs filters or copies for like £12. And I just put them in, spray them a bit of WD-40, put them in, and they're good to go. Because you can't tell me that a Briggs and Stratton air filter for a classic and a copy, there is no mechanics within that filter that makes a Briggs and Stratton one any different.
Right, and they're worth $12 at our hardware store.
Exactly that.
£8.
Exactly that. Why are they £8 when you can buy a copy, which is another bit of foam, for like 55p?
Yeah, I order them 20 at a time.
Exactly that. And I always let them know that I use secondhand parts that I've tested, and I also let them know I use copied parts. If you're not happy with that, I will order in genuine parts. But your bill's going to go up.
You don't charge £90 an hour.
No, hell no. Yeah, on top. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's what they charge here.
Yeah, no, it's the same here. Same here, Bruce. They're charging 50 to £90 an hour.
But those shops are doing the bigger machines too, like the 30 horsepower zero turns and stuff that I just don't, so they're making their living over there, and us backyard guys are picking up stuff that nobody you couldn't afford to pay somebody a 90 pounds an hour to repair a lawnmower. You just can't. So us backyard guys have taken up that slack.
Yeah, there's a local lawnmower shop just down the road from me. They closed their 4-stroke shop up over the other side of town, and they now run their 4-stroke and 2-stroke stuff out the same shop. I was in there mid-season, and the place was a shambles, and they must have had 80 lawnmowers in there, stacked up, and they were customers' mowers. And I'm thinking, you got 2 people working the shop, 80 mowers in here. The bloke at the back is not going to get his lawnmower ready for the season.
No,
that ain't going to happen. So I said to him, "Do you want me to take 15 or 20 mowers? I'll get them done inside sort of 2 or 3 days, as long as you give me the bits and whatever. If they're just straightforward services, and we do a deal." Nah, he said that I'll get through them. He ain't got through them.
But he doesn't want you to have. He does not want you to have the business.
He don't want me to have a £90 an hour. But there you go. So how you doing? What's your name?
Well, me, Phil.
Phil, how you doing, Phil?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
You look Canadian, Phil.
I'm close to Canada.
Oh.
I'm actually in Washington State.
Oh, yeah. Well, with the Carhartt coveralls, that's pretty much the standard wear here.
I got a sweatshirt on today, not coveralls.
Well, it's not Sunday, so you're okay.
Oh my Lord! So what are you up to, Phil? You up to much?
Give me one.
Yep, you take your
One
time.
sec.
Yeah.
Bill's Lawn Care and Repair. There we go.
Yeah, he dropped out. He'll be back in a minute. My daughter has.
This person is a legend. Bruce Pinder is a legend. He's a brilliant guy. He's,
Hi, Bruce.
I'm going to sort my Riley boy out. He's. I can hear him kicking off upstairs.
Okay, a legend in my own mind. So, what kind of electrical work did you do, Sparky?
Domestic and industrial.
AC,
DC.
Okay.
Everything. Anything I can get, I'll be hands on.
Right on. And you guys are 50 hertz over there, aren't you? Not 60.
It's supposed to be 50, but don't even go there with electricity here because it's a minefield. One day it can be okay. One day it can be just.
And it's all controlled off of a Stratum clock out of New York. It's timed off that Stratum clock.
Here, it's just crazy.
And I did standby power and equipment installation for the phone company. So 5,000 amp plants with wet cell batteries, 24 of them in series, and 50 volt strings and stuff like that.
But I don't do much of it now, but the thing is, I enjoy it. It's just the fun time. You okay, Mick?
Yeah. Just Riley boy. It's 8:30 at night, and he's had a long cut of days. He's all right.
He's listening. He's listening to you.
He's all right. He's okay. It's just mum's got a banging headache still, and she's you know, it's like Bruce. He gets over top, and sometimes you've got to just rein him in.
Nick. Yeah.
Hi, Joe. How you doing, hon?
It's like here, right? At the moment, we have one major substation in Exeter, and we have the little ones basically in the UK. But the little ones can't handle the juice.
Right.
And the issue is, right, the government, the council, whoever controls the situation doesn't realise it. When you have a massive flood or a power surge, it just knocks everything for six. There's no redundancy power systems.
So they're not connected back to back.
Yeah, and it's a simple system, but they don't think about the backup or how it should be running. I mean, we have power cuts regular as clockwork. We can time it down to a T when we have bad weather, when we have a storm or anything. And the amount of times we've had issues with electrical problems, people say to me, well, you're an electrician, you deal with it. It's like, yeah, but can you supply the power first?
Yeah.
And it's like they don't listen. I mean, I love playing with electronics. I like playing with taking things to pieces. I can take a lot of things to pieces, but I will not mess around with 240 volts or 110. I'm not that stupid, but people are.
What's up with you? I'm like about with 750 DC.
Yeah, but you play with that. You like playing with that kind of thing. Yeah, but it's the milliamps that kills you, not the actual voltage.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, but you can get fried. You can get
750 DC can give you a fair old tickle.
Yeah,
well, we have a lot of equipment from where I used to work. One side ran at a plus 150, and the other side ran at a minus 150. So you had a 300 volt supply down the telephone line just to power something at the other end on a 22 gauge wire. Pretty well.
Jason Hughes says he has a serious question for you.
Ooh.
Go ahead, then, Jason. Let's have it. I dread to think what it's going to be, Spark. It's a serious one, apparently. We'll see. Get Jason the link. That's why I have no hair. Thank you, Matt. Matt, how did your Mountfield lawnmower go? The one you were painting up with the quantum engine on top. How did that go? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
See you later, guys.
Yeah, tell her, Joe. There's a link for anyone that wants to come on up. No, Cam?
What?
In the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, go have a look. Is he coming up? No. Sorry, Merman. Hi, Peter. Yes, we did. Thanks. Just in time for Christmas call. So, how was your Christmas then, Bruce? Did you actually have a good time? Did you sit down and have a meal with the missus, or did you go out for a meal? Or what did you do?
We had a nice big turkey yesterday, and we had our niece and two friends in. It was really nice.
It was nice, mate.
Daddy.
You enjoy? No, in the black one. In the black one.
I should be doing this. I should be doing the soup. I should be doing the turkey soup now, but I'm not. I just am sitting here. So.
Oh, management are going to be after you.
Yeah.
Well, don't you dare mention my name.
And I did this yesterday.
Oh, what have you been doing now?
Oh, sharpening a knife.
You'd be surprised. One year I went to A&E ER because I choked on a bit of Christmas pudding years back, and my dad had to give me the Heimlich maneuver. I was going out, and I went to hospital because my stomach really was painful, and apparently he had bruised my diaphragm when he did it because he had to get it out.
Yeah,
it had to come out. Yeah. But the amount of people sat in ER or A&E like that. There's about 15 people in there, and it was a carving knife gag, wasn't it? Everyone was in there doing it.
Yeah.
Mick, due to personal issues, sadly, the Mountfield has been put on hold for the moment. Okay. No worries, mate. That's cool. I understand. If you get stuck with it, just put it in the box and post it on down to me. I don't mind working on a quantum engine. Quite happy with that. Build some confidence and get yourself a woman's something else. I want to apologise. Okay, let's all chat away to each other. Here we go. Sparky, here's a question. Serious question, Sparky. Sparky, I'm on Prime watching football and it's making my eyes go funny. I've just watched a different game on Sky Sports with no problem. It's when the ball is being passed about. Any ideas?
No.
There's your answer then. But I'm close to finishing it. Just
I mean, change the
thank you.
What about the refresh rate on the
refresh rate, isn't it?
I've just asked Riley for a can of Coke. He's bought me out a can of cider, so that'll do.
Perfect.
Yeah, refresh rate. Basically, refresh rate.
Riley's got
refresh rate or yeah.
Go on, sorry.
Got some biscuits. Good boy.
You're the same as me, mate. Go on. We work together as a team.
Well, technical people, but I would just go into menu and check your refresh rate. Just change it and see what happens. But remember where you started.
Yeah.
Okay, so number one is he's watching football. I don't really care for football, so I'm not really interested.
Yeah.
If he's watching lawnmower racing or something like that, I'd be interested in that. But it's not my...
and your football is really football. The football they play over here is a handball.
Exactly that. And don't get me started, Bruce. I had this chat with someone a little while ago from he's in America somewhere, and he was trying to tell me that our football is not the real football. I said, well, it's got to be because you guys pick the ball up. How's that work?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
and we have a Canadian football that's like the American football, but it's the field is 10 yards longer, but now it should be like 4.2 meters.
It's crazy. I laugh at that, Mick.
And I don't care about either one either. I don't watch sports much.
Yeah,
I used to watch NASCAR. Cars going around in circles really fast. But
yeah,
I like the way they. I watched the pit crews. I didn't care about the racing.
It's mechanics. You see, you like mechanics, don't you?
Yeah.
See, the one we have over here, Formula One. The problem is the mechanics only takes about 2.3 seconds. So you got to be quite quick to watch it. You know, I'm not really into that. I'm more into I like tractor pulling if I can get it on TV. I quite like that, especially when the big end goes out the bottom. That's fantastic because you know someone's spent a lot of money and a lot of love on that, and you see one of the crank rods comes out the side of a plastic case, and that's nice. I like rugby as well. Absolutely, I adore rugby.
It's and they don't wear any equipment.
Nah, it's proper.
And I think that what we call soccer and you guys call football, those guys are athletes. Like they don't stop running from the time they start the game to the time they're done.
Yeah. And the thing about rugby compared to football is that a footballer will fall over, do 3 or 4 turns, start crying, and then someone will run off with this magic sponge, which must have carb cleaner in it, and they rub it on their knee, and they're up and running in 3 seconds. Whereas a bloke in rugby, his ear will actually be hanging off, and it gets a bit of duct tape around it, puts it round, and he's back out again for another 25 minutes. So yeah, go figure. Mick, I've got exactly the same cider on the go. Well, happy Christmas, Matt. All the best to you, buddy. Have a good one. How many MAs does it take to kill you, Sparky?
Milliamps.
No idea. I'm sure you won't complain, Mick. No, I won't complain about being having a cider. In fact, I might use Riley in the future to get me a can of Coke. You can keep bring me beer. That'd be all right. Isle of Man. Oh, so Matt Stumpton is into the Isle of Man TT. Do you know what that is, Bruce?
Oh no, that's not where they roll the cheese down the hill, is it?
No. You're funny, man. No, Isle of Man TT is motorcycle racing around the Isle of Man, which is it's actually it's not a racetrack. It's actually a village on an island, and they just put bales of straw up outside people's houses, and they run flat out round the island. It's actually that's quite good fun. I could watch that, but it's some people have been hurt in that. Pete Fraug is also on the cider. Can you believe it? Got to be fair. Wales got a better rugby team than England.
Well, after a long day in the shop, I like a nice cold beer.
Can you believe that? Edward Thomas just said that Wales have a better team than England. Try saying that comment again. See what happens.
Me?
Edward.
Me? Oh, Edward.
Edward Thomas has just said that Wales have a better team than England. I'm not going to have that. I like rugby, so he's just been timed out for 5 minutes.
Daddy.
That's what happens there. Yes, buddy.
Yeah, Zippo.
That's not Zippo. Zippo has got significantly less hair than Bruce.
That's
Zippo's not here.
Nope.
Zippo.
He's not here.
He's not here.
He's not here. That's not Zippo. That's Bruce.
Ruth.
Bruce Pinder, yeah.
Ruth.
Did you see me blowing some snow with a leaf blower there,
Yeah,
Riley?
see Bruce with a finger in his garden. Oh, he's talking to you apparently. You've got to listen, Bruce. Go on.
Ruth.
Yes.
You go to the tree?
Have you got a Christmas tree, Bruce?
Yes, I do.
He does.
Does he?
No, I can't see it. He's in his office or something. You can't see it.
Yes.
You'll see it another day, maybe.
Office?
He'll send you an email of it. How's that sound?
I'll take a picture of it and send you out an email.
Office.
His office, where he's sat now.
Oh, yeah. I got office.
It's good.
Yeah.
Sorry. We got three computers in here right now.
3 computers, and only one with a camera.
Well, the desktop I bought for editing, right? Because the laptops get too hot when you're editing 5 or 6 of something. And I got an old laptop, and then my brand new laptop that has no hard drive. It's got just straight memory, so it's really fast. SSD drive instead of the hard drive.
You're just remember, Bruce, I'm a simple man. As soon as you go into like SSD, I'm lost.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Solid
no hard drive.
Yeah.
Did you like the fix on the Brother printer the other day, about a month ago? I had that cold solder joint on the Brother printer.
Yeah.
That was see. Somebody's told me when you go into the shop garage shed, turn on the camera and let it roll, because you don't know what's 5 minutes later. You could be doing something interesting.
I liked the video you did when you repaired your trousers.
Too bad I couldn't have moved the button an inch.
As soon as you put that button in there first, I thought, "Hello, that's ran the wrong way." I know, and it wasn't until you went to put.
Had to drill it out and put it back in.
It happens.
Hey, you guys are metric there, right?
Yeah.
But you still do the stone and the pound and the mile and the inch and the thing, right? It's weird. Like if you're X stone, that's a weight, but a pound is a weight, but a pound is $1. You guys are as confused as us.
Yeah.
Listen, a friend of mine, I've not seen her for a little while. Laura's just popped in. Yes, Laura, I am simple. We all know that. Cheers, fellas. Sorry, guys. Phil's lawn care. He's got to go to work apparently.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Phil, down in Washington, right?
Yeah, he can't come and play today. I don't know whether he's been called
in
out.
his Carhartt coveralls.
Yes, I don't know if he's been called out or something. So, I actually quite enjoyed your fire engine repair you did.
Wasn't that something? Eh? That thing had like about 6 motors on it. Oh,
yeah,
that was crazy.
I was confused when you took the second screw out of the bodywork, to be fair, but I did watch all of them, and that's a serious bit of engineering.
And then Spider-Man stuck to the toolbox when it was all done.
Daddy,
Yeah.
Mommy talk.
Yes, baby.
Yeah, Bruce, you may have seen in the chat. I've been putting stuff in the chat. I don't know if you can see chat, but I've been putting stuff in the chat because somebody asked, "How do you electrocute somebody?" Basically, and I haven't told them how to do it.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, don't tell him. That'd be crazy.
One hand in your pocket at all times, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah, tell me about.
Reading saw sweet.
I've worked with everything from 50 volts to 700, and I was with the phone company for 32 years, and I only worked in the phone area for 2 years. It was all commercial equipment, big stuff. Fun.
So, did you manage to get a bumper cover for Frank in the end or not?
No, I repaired the front.
Zippo
said he's got one. Zippo's got one in the attic of his shop, and he's going to send it to me, but not till next spring. Too many porch pirates out there, and I'm going to Mexico, and you know how it is.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should head over to Zippo and have it whilst you're there. You could maybe fill up Frank with some spares.
2,250 kilometers over to his place.
Think of it as a
holiday.
Holiday.
Like driving to Moscow.
Think of it as a holiday. It's worth it for the spares.
You know, I
don't think Zippo would let me in his shop. To be fair,
I've actually thought of. Wouldn't that be a surprise if I hopped on a plane and rented a car and drove up to his place?
Especially if he was doing a video, I think he'd be stumped. Yeah. I might come past yours one day, Bruce, and just knock on your door. You think he'd be the management or something, and you'll come out. Who's that? You never know. One day, let me put a link up in here.
He's a qualified Briggs factory trained tech. That crazy guy.
Yeah, do you know what? He's got some serious skills. There is one thing he doesn't like about me. It makes his blood boil, and that is.
What is it?
He
don't like the old screwdriver toss. He hates that.
That's it. Look.
Well, no, I was there. I was watching when he was giving you heck about your putting tape on your wrenches. You use a lot because they're mixed up in the drawer.
Yeah. I'm not into.
Oh no, I'm
doing that, Bruce.
I don't know if my video is out yet, but I cleaned the shop up after the end of the day, and I'm like him, and the shop's a complete mess. And I left the camera exactly where it was, and I turned the camera on after the shop. Poof, clean. Yeah. But he has a heck of a time because his shop is huge and it's not insulated that well, and it's an old barn from the old days. His house is like they built in 1850. Over here, that's old, and his shop is got leaks, and he has a hard time heating it in the winter. Mine is all insulated with a 75,000 BTU gas furnace. Turn up the heat and you're done. Right? It's nice. I put the cars in there.
Yeah. I've got a nice gas fire, but I'm still not into this buying these spanner or wrench divides and socket holders, and
I do.
I can't be doing with that, Bruce. Is it? Don't take this the wrong way. Is it a senior thing where you get? I'm going to get to that at some point in life.
Yeah.
Well, no, you've heard of OCD, right?
No, I'm not OCD.
No, it's actually CDO because that's how the letters go in the alphabet.
Okay.
That's how bad I am.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get to that at some point. I am turning into my dad overnight. I do know that. So it may come in time, but I may start actually cleaning stuff up as I go.
One day you'll get frustrated and just go for it.
Well, the way, is it a senior thing? Yeah, is it a senior thing? That's what I mean.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because the way that you clean carburetors is fantastic. But you clean as you go. I like use a rag and that just gets thrown out of the way and I carry on. So me and you clean the same way, but the way in which we clean up is completely different.
We taught each other though.
Yeah,
we never quit learning.
Yeah, no, exactly. And in fact, I even bent a car cleaner straw just last week because I saw your little hack that you use, and I made one up last week because I needed it on a carburetor. I couldn't get the tube out because some of them tubes are actually pressed in, aren't they? You can't actually remove all the tubes.
Well, yeah, I wrecked them trying to get them out.
Yeah, I did the Tecumseh one last week, which should have come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It came out in the end in bits. So that carburetor was US. It was no good, but my mate sent me one down. Tool chest for me every time. Just wipe tools clean before I put them away.
Yeah.
Granddad taught me, look after your tools, and your tools will look after
you. Wah, wah, wah.
Somebody please give Matt Stubbington a blooming violin. I think I'm getting better. I think the argument is that years gone by, I've never had the money or the location to actually have sensible tools in a location that I can look after and use. I've always just used a toolbox, for running repairs. I used to have a lot of Land Rovers, so it was just chucked in, and I think that's where that mentality comes from. But over the years,
my whole career, I worked out of those service vehicles with the fiberglass back.
Yeah,
I did that for 32 years. When I retired, I've been retired for 9 years. And when I retired, I said, okay, here we go. And the shop got done, and it was heated, but I went through the shop, and I don't do service calls because I'm not set up for service calls. I just, when I tried to service a farmer's 8-horse rigs or something, and I got there and I didn't have the right size fuel line. But if you were set up in a service rig, then you would have 5/16 fuel line on you or whatever. So I don't do service calls. But I really love just walking out the back door and going to work. I love that because I was in motel rooms and little substations all over the province, and I'm just no more.
Do you find just coming out of your house and going to your shop and being in your shop, do you find that therapeutic?
Oh, and especially this time of year where you're busy doing other things, I haven't been in the shop enough. I feel like I need a little fix.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, because some of your videos you've done, you're working on a carburetor just the other day. I don't know where. I don't think it was a generator you had for twin gens. I think it was something. I'll tell you what it was. I think could have been the rototiller. Could have been.
Oh yeah, stalwart.
You started doing a carburetor, and then you were going to leave me hanging for a week, and then lo and behold, 3 seconds later, part 2 came straight up. You saying, "I can't leave it," because I find that something like that eats into my soul at night time. I'm sat in the front room having my dinner. I'm thinking, wish I'd done that now.
3 o'clock in the morning is when that happens to me.
Yeah, it happens to me too, Bruce. It must be a condition.
Have you ever watched Road King?
Ever watched what?
Road King. He's in New Jersey.
No.
He's an older guy, and he quite often you'll see a clock in the background, and it's 2 in the morning, and he's out there tinkering away. Road King 805.
Mower King.
Road King.
Road King. I'll look him up.
Road King 805. Yeah.
I'll have a look. I'll hook him up.
He's like Zippo. He's been on YouTube since like 2006.
Okay, let me look. Let me
Something
just
like
check
that. Anyway.
Road.
You'll see an old hot rod Ford in his channel.
Road King.
805.
805. I've got him. And
name's Everett.
Yeah, I'm not subscribed, so let's give him a.
Oh, and he calls Zippo. He calls him Zippy.
Zippy.
So next time you talk to Zippo, you call him Zippy, and he'll know where you got that.
The thing is, Bruce, if Zippo watches this, he's going to hear you say that.
Hey, well, if he's not on yet. I haven't seen him come up yet.
He'll watch the playback. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Let me put the link down.
That crazy guy gets up at 3 in the morning to watch you.
I got up the other day at 1 o'clock in the morning to watch him, only to find out he put an announcement out 10 minutes prior to say he wasn't doing it.
Oh, Daddy. A big time of year for him too, eh?
Okay, Dave. I'll look into it, mate, for you. I'll look into it. Don't worry. It's actually left my brain right now. A brain thing. Hang on 2 seconds. Brain autistic things left the brain. People, organisation, engineering, and math. Yeah.
What's that?
That's Steve.
Cheese?
He's out shopping or something.
So if Mick and I are kind of monopolizing, this is my very first time on one of his videos, so video streams.
What's that? What's that say again, Bruce?
Oh, if you and I are monopolizing the conversation, it's because this is my first time on your stream.
Yeah. How are you finding it, Bruce? You enjoying it?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? Zippo is exactly the same. He come on over. Can't remember. I think all it was when I made you that clock. Zippo come over for a chat just one day, and he come on up, and he's addicted to it now. He every time I go. Normally he's here.
I thought of doing a live stream, and I thought maybe I should fix get a lawnmower, stick it on my pender lift, and then get my subscribers to fix it, and me just do what they say.
Do you know what? That could be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That could be really cool. Only thing is, you're going to have to watch that because you're going to have about 25 suggestions. They're going to have you run ragged.
Well, I would have to know what was wrong with it first so I could steer the operation in the right direction.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think, it's
maybe
little
in the
things.
spring.
It's little things like that that could really make a good video. Really could. I'm looking at trying to do a few hybrid stuff this year. Trying to mix and match because I'm getting lots of engines that they are scrappers. The decks are good and the engines are not too bad, but I might make a couple of homemade lawnmowers. Do you know what I mean? So I can really just patch together, and I might even just do a bucket of scrap one day where I'm literally I have a whole box of bits, and let's see how many engines or how many working lawnmowers I can make out of a box of bits. Because
I did a Franken motor out of a bunch of old Briggs stuff.
That's it, exactly.
The first one was a Franken motor. The block it was all 3-horse Briggs, but one was a newer thing, one was an older thing, one had the automatic choke. And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, because I've got probably if I took a classic, which is what most people like to work on, I've probably got about 15 spare engines in different stages of open heart surgery.
Right.
And to be fair, there's probably about 10 good engines there that I could make. So I might do a couple of like say Frankenstein engines out of that lot because I got 4 or 5 decks that they would easily fit on because of the shaft length. Easy. I need to get them up and running. But I think that idea of having your subscribers tell you how to fix a mower, or well, they do anyway, right? They do anyway, and they always tell you after the video. That could be quite a good one to do. A live video, and they talk you through what. And then you can actually ask them questions like, what should the spark plug be gapped at, and what's a torque setting for a head bolts, and because this is really interactive, And when I've had Zippo up here and Roy up here before, we've had a really good small engine chat, and Zippo has absolutely enjoyed it. In fact, he went to the kitchen to go and wash his hands because he felt like he'd been in a workshop. Mick, did you get them from Roy? Yeah, they're all from Roy. Yeah.
Right. I'm out of here. I've been since crack of dawn.
Okay, Spark. No worries, buddy. Yeah, I shan't be long.
Steve, take care.
I shan't be long because
I don't see you before the New Year. You have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah,
take care, Riley.
2 reasons.
Alright, leave it, Paul.
First one has to go to bed soon, and the second reason is I'm not getting told off because Bruce hasn't made the soup. Because you'll just tell the management that I left you on it. Yeah. You saying hints?
I'll have to put a rubber glove on.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Your boy.
Yeah, it's Roy. Yeah.
Okay.
He's down the pub watching. watching football.
Bye.
Yeah,
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Yeah, they're all saying bye to each other.
Bye.
So I had a problem. I actually had a problem the other.
Daddy.
Waiting. I had a problem the other week.
Hey, boy.
Yeah, with
Hey, Asha.
a Tecumseh lawnmower.
You right?
Imagine.
And yeah, I know, Bruce, right? And I know you're pulling my chain about it.
Daddy.
But this lawnmower, when I first got it, it came to me as a, what's up, mate? Talk to me.
Asha. Asha, hi.
There you go.
There we go.
Hi, boy.
Right.
Hello.
When I first got it,
Yeah, right.
the engine. When I first got it, I pulled a cord and it fired straight up. Right, fired straight up. A bit noisy, Roymond.
Yeah, I'm at the pub, mate.
Yeah, a bit noisy, buddy.
I've come outside at the moment.
All right. I pulled a cord and it started up straight away. Right. So I thought, cool, we're on a winner here. We've got a Tecumseh that actually works. Let's put that in the newspaper. And I went back to it. I went back to it the next day, and it wouldn't even start up. So I left it be, and I went back to it after lunch. Still wouldn't start. I primed it. I put carb cleaner down it. I did the lot. I took the carburetor off, and it was like a baby had been sick in the bowl. So I cleaned the carburetor fully, put it back on, nothing. And then I went away on holiday, come back, pulled the cord, and it fired straight up for about 3 or 4 minutes. I shut it off to get some more fuel, fill the tank back up, pulled the cord, it wouldn't start. So by now, I'm at my wit's end. I'm now starting to lose my rag with it, and it's going to end up being thrown across the garden. And took the carburetor off again, and that's when I took the main jet out of it, and the main jet just fell apart in my hands. So then Roy down here, he sent me a Tecumseh carburetor back. He wasn't sure if he had cleaned it or not. He couldn't remember. I put that carburetor on it. It fired up straight away, and no problem since.
Well, you know, the beautiful thing about Tecumseh, if you like them, is
whoa, let me hold you. Let me hold you there. Let me hold you right there, because those words don't go together. Beautiful and Tecumseh do not belong together.
The parts are so interchangeable. They're like, if you're over here in North America, they're like an old Chevrolet. You know?
Yeah, definitely. And we have the same. We have the same style of carburetors with Suffolk punches and on special cylinder mowers. The only difference being is they have the main jet on the bottom is actually a twist-in version, not like a bolt. It's like a needle valve, and you can adjust the petrol flow by pushing the bolt in or out.
Oh, like a snowblower here.
Yeah, but like that's it. That's why you can fine tune it that way.
1.5 turns.
Yeah. 1.5 turns out just to be somewhere. Yeah. So how do you go from having a lawnmower that literally day one you pull it, it starts, then it won't, you clean it, you get nothing. You then don't do any more to it. You go back to it 2 weeks, 14 days later, and it fires straight up. So it's now warm. It's had fuel go through it. You turn it off to fill it up again, and it don't want it again.
Yeah.
How's that work?
You just keep going.
It's not the answer. For the god of mowers, that wasn't the answer. I was looking for some form of inspiration.
Do you have Kohlers over there? Kohler?
Kohler engines.
1 minute. Gotta go.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, I did cool.
It's management.
It's management. He's in trouble. How you doing, Roy?
I have a credit card.
Credit card?
You're on landlines, don't you get those crazy calls about credit cards or computers or the spam calls, you know?
Oh yeah. We get those. Yeah, we get those.
Anyway.
In the kitchen. Oh, in pocket. So yeah, go on then. Kohlers. What Kohler engines?
Yeah.
Yeah,
terrible.
I have seen them.
Mm-hmm.
But some people in America, I'm guessing it depends what state you're from. Some people like the Kohlers and some people don't.
I hate them.
Why?
Because I think at one time they were a very, very good machine, but now all the colors are coming out of China.
But then so are all the Zama carburetors.
That's what everybody else.
Everything's coming out of China, Bruce. I think it all just depends what warehouse you get it from.
The new small 130 steel chainsaws are being made in China now. Can you believe that?
I can quite believe it. But still must have some kind of faith in particular outlets, because a Zama carburetor is not to be sniffed at, because the price tag on a Zama carburetor is not funny.
Right.
But when you get a copy carburetor of that Zama, and you're talking, I've had carburetors as little as 3.5 pounds, and the weight difference in the aluminum is hideously different, but yet they run just as well. Roy had one on. He had one on a Briggs Quantum, and the Briggs Quantum carburetor was pretty much very similar, apart from some poor plastic differences. The weight difference was shockingly different. But yeah, it's another bolt on, and away it goes.
Right.
So, do I endorse copy cheap Chinese carburetors? Yes, I do.
I understand that.
I do.
All day long. All day long.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes
Mick,
there's no option.
I'm gonna have to shoot, mate. Second half starting.
Yeah, all right, Roy. No, mate. Catch you later.
Yeah, Edward. It's 1-0 to Liverpool at the moment. Cheers.
Oh, it's football. Get out of it.
Buddy.
See you later.
Yeah, tonight. So the only thing I'm finding at the moment, my only criticism with some of the carburetors coming out of China on the 2-cycle stuff is they are finicky to tune. In regards that you can tune them A1, they take a bit of tuning, but when you get it, they're fine. And then the next morning you go out, you start it up, and it runs like an absolute pig. And it might take a week of constantly running that machine to actually find its sweet spot.
With the 4-stroke carburetors coming out of China, I find you might have to do a little bit of your own engineering, like the gas inlet might be horizontal instead of at a 45 or something like that.
Yeah,
and you got to do a little bit of engineering just to make it go.
Yeah, I had a carburetor on. I can't remember what it was on now. It was 2-cycle. The diaphragm and needle part of the carburetor was okay, but the fuel pump side of it was not right. And I ended up taking 2 other carburetors off the shelf that were no good, and putting them together.
Right.
Do you know what?
Was that that Strimmer video?
It could have been. It could have been. And it ran as sweet as a nut. It ran beautiful. But that's because I used a donor part. And he was another porky pie. He told lies. He told me that it was running fine, and then it just stopped. And when I took that carburetor apart, the little tiny spring that pushes the diaphragm up wasn't in there. Now, I didn't spot it at first when I stripped the carburetor down. It wasn't until I bought the donor carburetor in and dissected that one up, I actually found the old spring, and I put the old spring and noticed that I didn't have a spare. I checked the video afterwards just to make sure I hadn't lost it, and when I took the carburetor apart, I could see it wasn't in there. So that's another little screwdriver fairy had been in there and had a little tinker with that, you know. But that was a pro. Oh my lord, yeah, they're yummy. Yeah, Riley likes them. So that was an old Allen Pro strimmer. You know, back in the day, they would have been they'd have been a sought after strimmer. You know, Screwdriver fairies have been in there. Exactly, Ramsmo. That's what I call them, the screwdriver fairies, because they have a little sneaky peek in there and you don't see them.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But Steve,
I call it they've been diddled.
Diddled. Yes. In fact, at the moment, Bruce, you're coming out with some right sayings at the moment, like hooba doobers and all sorts of funny language going on.
Who's
At the
it?
minute for you.
Yeah.
I think it's funny how your brain works when you're trying to sound professional on a video. Same as me, you're trying to sound professional, and the right word
always.
don't come out, and it comes out of a hooba doover.
Anyway, I had better go.
Yeah, I've got to wrap it up, mate, and I've got to get Riley Boy to bed. Bruce, I cannot believe
Worley Lawn Services down here. What are you walking around a store?
Yeah, he's gone shopping. Yeah. I can't believe you've graced my presence on my channel, Bruce. Especially over Christmas, and it's been lovely to see your face and wish you and your family a fantastic holiday, buddy.
My oldest daughter turned 40 today.
That's a year younger than
3
me.
weeks younger than your wife.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. There
That's
you go.
not right.
Anyway,
Well,
Bruce, have a fantastic holiday, and I hope
we'll
you get
chat
back.
about that. I'll send you an email and we'll chat about that.
Buzz me an email, buddy. But I'll catch you later on.
You bet. Bye.
Look after yourself. Bye bye. Red Cross. That's it. You got it. Right, I've got to pack it up then, people. Thank you very much for joining me. Steve-O, I'm off, buddy.
All right, brother.
Yeah, I'll catch you later on, mate.
I sent you an Instagram message too.
Yeah, I'll text you back in a bit, mate. No worries. I'll text you back in a bit.
All right.
So thank you everyone for joining me on this live stream. It's been going for 2.5 hours, which I'm happy with. I wasn't intending to go live, but I just did. Yeah, so thank you very much. Hopefully I'll get a video out to you in the next 2 or 3 days. I've got a video in mind, which I'm thinking of. It won't be a biggie, but it might be to help some of you guys out, girls and guys out. And then after Christmas and the New Year, we get back into full steam and we'll be flat out. Breezy Bites, hi mate, how you doing? I'm just about to leave, buddy boy. But anyway, I can't thank you enough for joining me as usual. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up on your way out. That'd be fantastic if you can. Any comments you got, you know where to put them in the old videos. Stick them down there. I've enjoyed myself, especially having Mr. Pinder up, which has been fantastic. If no one's got Bruce Pinder, go check him out. He's a fantastic man. And I'll catch you on the next one. So thanks very much. Edward Thomas, the time out. Bit of fun, mate. That's what it was, buddy boy. Look after yourselves, and I'll catch you all later on. Take it easy.